Could you imagine one of us going onto the mic after a story and then going, oh, that's sad, and really meaning it?
Yes, if you said my grandma fell down the steps and she got up and nothing was broken.
Hey, the power of Christ compels you. Huh? The power of dice compels you. The power of dice compels you.
I'm going to say you must have a magical penis because this is just unbelievable that somebody would go to this extent after a breakup, Anthony.
I am such a... Whoa, I hit the dump button on myself on that one.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Oh, that's a good sound on the microphone. I like that a lot.
It doesn't sound right.
Oh, no, something's a little amiss. Hold on.
There, is that better? There we go. It was the mic, I guess, huh? What the hell is that about? Isn't there a mic check that goes on? Hello.
I'm telling you, no one's listening to me, but this place is falling apart.
Falling apart.
They fired a S-load of people about 6 months ago, and they thought, that won't affect anything. And then time goes by, and the people that would do regular maintenance and this and that, they're gone.
Yeah.
This place is falling apart. Last Friday, it was the phones. Today, it's Anthony's microphone.
Hopefully, it'll last the whole show. I'd hate to have it peter out on me.
Good morning.
Sounds like a problem with the
company.
Wizzy Dater in the Who's-a-Majig.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well,
yep. Keep saving money. That's the trick, right?
Well, everybody's broke, apparently. Hi.
Good morning. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Yeah.
The Monday edition. We'll talk a little louder and give you a little more energy.
Oh,
make him believe that we don't hate Mondays like you.
To get you up, going to that first day of the week. Oh, Christ. Right.
You know, this financial crisis, they're a little worried about how it's going to be perceived on Wall Street this morning, Anthony.
What about Main Street, Opie?
What about Main Street? Yeah.
Yes, the perception on Wall Street.
I just want to know one thing, simple. Because this thing affects everybody, right?
Sure.
Who's going to be the guy that goes on TV and goes, okay, I know what everyone's been wondering. Today's the day. Run to your bank and take all your money out.
Oh.
That's all I need to know.
The ultimate panic.
Right.
That will completely cause the downfall.
Because to me, this is a lot of mumbo-jumbo. I just need to know when is the day I have to clear out my accounts and hide it somewhere, like bury it or bury it in a chest.
Well, you got to
hope for the best.
You got to have your money in one of these reputable banks that are buying up all the other banks. Mm-hmm. That seems to be it. I think you're not going to get the interest rate you get on the other banks, but at least you know your cash will be there.
Well,
for the most part.
I'm happy to say my money is in Ted's bank, so I should be okay.
Ted's bank?
Yeah, they gave me 7% on my savings.
7%?
7%.
That Ted's crazy.
I'm in the money, my friends. I am in the money.
7%.
7%, right.
Your money's safe with us, Gregory.
Thank you, Ted.
Ted, the president of Ted's bank.
He just happens to be here.
That's right. I always stop in to watch the show on my way to do my banking.
That way he can laugh all the way to it.
I never thought of that. That's very funny, Anthony.
Yes, only Ted would think so. Yeah, when that happens and everybody just pulls their money out and it becomes worthless, that'll be great.
I mean, I do my banking in the back of a bodega. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah, that sounds secure.
There's like a bulletproof window. It seems secure to me.
You're safe.
All right, good.
Money
Couldn't be
is
any worse.
safe with them.
But can we just, nominate one guy? Like, I don't care who it is, to be the guy that goes on TV and goes, today's the day.
It's time.
Run to your bank.
It's time.
And take all your money out. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know in the end.
I'm sure there'd be nice orderly lines in front of the banks, just waiting to get their money out.
Yeah. How was your weekend, Anthony?
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Just lovely. I had the old go over mom and sales yesterday because mom calls me up and she goes, well, I haven't seen you in a while. Why don't you come over? And she goes, it's not going to be a big thing. You know, Joe and the baby will be there and Dawn and the baby. And she kind of hinted like, maybe you come over, just hang out, no entourage or anything.
When you bring an entourage over to Mom's house?
I don't bring an entourage. I just, occasionally some friends will pop by over there and we'll hang out. And it's directly because there's no one to talk to over there anymore.
Right.
It's just a whole nother animal.
So you need...
So Mom then tells me, look, me and you will talk. We'll hang out and talk. It'll be fine. It'll be nice. I'm like, okay. So I go over there and I'm running solo. So it's just me. Go over there. And then the babies come over. Dawn and Joe, and then the babies come over.
Nice, right?
And my mother was like a heroin addict. She's trying so hard to actually just talk to me, but every 2 seconds she's like, "Oh, look at you ever notice how the little faces they make at the?" I'm like, "All right, go over to the." No, I'm talking with you. I'm hanging out with you. I'm doing. And then every 2 seconds, it's the babies, and she's over with the babies, and Joe with the baby, and my sister, the baby. And then everybody's like, "Oh, what's the matter? You're not getting enough attention." I'm like, no, it's not about the attention. It's about I want to be able to just hang out and talk about adult things, not go gaga stuff all goddamn day.
Know what you should do? Go over to Mom and Sal's and dressed as an adult.
I'll put a diaper on like an adult baby, the stupid bonnet.
A rattle.
For some reason, adult babies have to dress like babies from the 40s. They can't dress like modern babies. They need the oldie style diapers with the pins on the side and a bonnet and a rattle.
Yeah.
And I'll do that and maybe
just crawl around Mom's house with some kind of sucking device in your mouth.
And it's
crawl around the floor.
Just that there's no adult conversation going on. Mm-hmm. There's nothing. I can sit with Sal and talk to him, but how much of an adult conversation is that? He's just as crazy. So I wind up going there, and it's like, okay, here's more baby talk. I love the little effers, but I mean, Christ.
Did you pick them up?
Oh.
Did you kiss them?
I gave them little kisses on their little baby heads.
Nice.
Did you change them at all?
No, not even close. I don't even watch them get changed.
That's not your job. Your job is just to spoil them.
My job is to just, spoil them.
I'm up to 10 or 11 nephews and nieces. Not one diaper for me, my friends.
But not even like spoil them yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like now they're at the who cares phase.
Yeah, good.
Once they cook a little more, then they're okay to like.
When they start pushing a year, then you got to get in there and be the cool uncle.
Oh,
you know that. You know that. They're all counting on you to be the cool uncle.
Right now, I don't care if they make a sound. I had to listen for dude. I'm being modest here when I say a half hour. I'm being a little conservative about how Joe's little baby Layla makes this squeaky sound. And I'm sitting there going, yeah. And in my head is like, who the hell gives a what the hell kind of noise a baby makes? Yeah, it's a baby noise. And then my mother has to tell me. And she makes this little screamy noise. I'm like, really? That sounds annoying. And she goes, and my mother's like, no, it's not like she's hurting or in pain noise or anything. I was like, that isn't what I meant. She could be the happiest baby in the world, making a screaming noise. I cringe at loud baby noises. And it's all about just baby. Where's the conversation about, drinking on the boat? Or, the good old days. Mm-hmm. Or something adult-like.
See, those are adult conversations, talking about what the children are doing. You want to have, fun. Let's talk about baseball and farts.
Right. Why not? That's what we were talking about a year ago.
You just want to talk about drunk driving.
Right. Speeding
and loose women and drugs.
How many years I watched my brother hauling his amps in, guitar in one hand, the amp in the other. Like, all right, here's Joe. We're doing that. And then yesterday, I hear the door open up with a little bit of trouble because there's some clanging going on at the door. I turn, and there's my brother who, for the past, I don't know how many goddamn years, I see him with a guitar and an amp in his hand, and he's got a baby and a playpenny rolly thing. I'm like, this just blows.
You make a great point.
It's just the babies, I get it.
The amount of stuff parents need for their kids is just amazing.
Oh,
it's just amazing.
God, it's just.
But what's that all about? Because when we were growing up, I'm convinced there wasn't that much stuff. Right?
No.
Your mom didn't drag all that crap around. Baby seats. We didn't have baby seats growing up.
They had
What was a baby
seat. I didn't even have a seedy belt
Right.
when I was in the car. My father's hand would like move around and hold you in place if you had to stop short.
Yeah,
Something like that. That was it.
Yeah, some drunk aunt's just holding you on the way to grandma's. That was your baby seat.
The playpen didn't leave the house either.
No.
Like that thing was made of wood. It was like weighed 800 pounds.
Yeah, you would set up chairs or something and make a little corral for the kid. You didn't bring your own playpen.
Now there's 8,000 things. He plops her in this little thing with toys dangling over her in mobile fashion, and there's things in front that go, grr, grr, chugga, 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 talk, talk, toot, toot, ring, ring. Shut up! Can't you make these things quiet? Can't they plug them in and put headphones on the toddler so only they can hear the noise?
Were you hungover when you went to mommy? It sounds like it might have been.
Yes.
All these little noises just bothering you.
It's a Sunday. Of course I was. Oh, I was out Saturday night. Went to the Mafia Life party over there at the 4040 Club.
Yeah, how was
JZ's
that?
place, yo.
How was that?
Yeah, it was a bunch of white people in a room with the management waiting for them to get out so the black people standing online could go in.
No, why? Because the black people are going to be spending the money at the 4040.
Excuse me?
That's what happens.
Really?
Yeah, because they all live like they're puffy.
Oh, they get the bottles of champagne.
Dude, no joke. They don't want to see Whitey in those places because we're all like figuring out, how much money we're going to spend. Those guys, they spend their whole freaking week salary in those joints.
Salary?
Because they think
what drug money's called? Come on, I saw the people standing out in front of the 4040 Club.
But they have no problem, just spending every dime they got.
Yeah.
They want to live like rap stars for a night. I'm telling you.
That's true.
I'm telling you.
But they wanted us out, so then we went to O'Looney's, hung out there, tossed a few back, and then, it was home time.
Homeward bound.
Homeward bound.
Very good.
That was it.
Yeah, the kid thing. You're stuck with that for a while. You should have one yourself, and then you'll fit in.
Please.
Just have one yourself. Just one.
Please just let me be sterile. I just don't even, there's nothing in my makeup, my physical makeup, my DNA, any of that ever wants me to have a kid. I just am so dead set against having one of my own. Mm-hmm. I'll enjoy other people's every so often, but I mean, when the adults are in the room, how about we have an adult conversation that isn't just about the goddamn babies. Babies.
That ain't happening. I haven't had an adult conversation with my brother, my closest brother, Scott, because we're closer in age and stuff. 4 kids. We haven't had an adult conversation in well over a decade.
That's all they talk about, and it's who's carrying them, and you want to hold them? No.
Yeah.
I don't.
Did you hear?
Stop asking.
Did you get a lot of this? Like, you almost had eye contact with Joe or Dawn, and all of a sudden they're like, and you're really getting into something like, yeah, look, man, I'm thinking of going into, the program. I really had
Yeah.
As they're sort of looking at you, but
Oh, they got to look around.
Make sure the kid's not banging its head into anything.
You got to hear every little thing. And all my mother can do these days is go, look how little the shoes are.
Everything's little.
Look at the shirt.
Yeah.
Isn't that adorable? Oh, look. Anthony, he's looking at you. He's looking at... Yeah, great. Because I'm another big blob in the room. That's all he sees. He's not seeing grandma. He's not seeing mommy and dad. It's big blobs in the room that they see. Moving blobs that attract his attention. Or her attention.
Moving blobs. They're trying to figure out if they could eat you, suckle off you.
What are you? what are you, and how can you help me?
Right. What can I get off of you?
Yeah. Oh,
maybe there's something I need for my little life.
Can I point out the conversation that you and Anthony was having?
He didn't even know.
He's like, maybe you're having a conversation like, hey, look, I'm thinking of going to the program. That's the chat he gives you.
I'm sorry, I didn't even realize that.
Yes.
Well, I was coming up. Well, because you try to have like these serious conversations with your siblings, and you're like, I'm spilling my heart out here. And you're giving them the as you're looking to see, if the kid's not going to fall out a window or something.
An example. I just want to talk maybe about, guns.
Yeah.
My new laser sight or something. Things that my brothers find cool.
Used to find cool.
Things like that. Right.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
And then all of a
anytime
sudden
soon.
it's like, baby.
Yeah.
Baby, 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 baby. And baby, baby. That's our conversation. Oh, yeah, I picked up, a SIG 556. It's great, man. I got an ACOG scope on it, and I went, baby, 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 baby. What? What are you saying? Baby, baby, baby. And then my mother comes up, baby, 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 Dawn, baby, 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 baby. Ah, what about my guns?
What about Sal? You forgot the Baltimore baby, baby, baby.
Baby, baby, baby. Baby, baby. Look how little his shoes are.
But see, you're lucky, man. It's the baby thing's finally hitting your family.
Finally, I know. They're in their 80s. Why are they having kids?
It usually hits, in late 20s. I'm talking about you as a bystander, early 30s.
Maybe I got accustomed to it then because they were so long without any kids.
You got off lucky.
And it was just all us hanging out talking about funny stuff.
Is it true your mom's going to have another kid because she's really getting into this whole...
Wow, she just announced it. Yeah, my mother is having a kid, and so is my grandma, who's in the nursing home. She's going to be squirting one out.
Well, hers isn't planned, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's biracial.
It looks like the Night Watchman.
Hey, we got to take our first break, but Jim's Down and Dirty on HBO. Come on, people. I'm sure a lot of people took a peek, right, Jimmy?
I don't know. I won't know numbers until end of this week.
And you got 3 more on HBO Friday night at midnight. Actually, it was very good, Jimmy. I enjoyed it. I finally watched it last night. I taped it.
Yeah, it's on demand tonight. It wasn't on demand all weekend.
And I see you got luggage. You're off to what, L.A. to promote Down and Dirty?
Yeah, I'm doing Atlanta tomorrow and Chelsea Handler Wednesday.
Very, very cool.
Look at you. Hollywood. Da-da-da. But did you hear about the baby? Let me tell you about the baby. Now, see how annoying that is?
Yeah.
Like you want to talk about something. Hey, Jimmy's going out to L.A. So, and that's what I get. I get questions that go nowhere. So, how's the show going? Mm-hmm. Great. Having a blast. We're doing oh, wait a minute. Hold on. And the story never gets finished. There it is. Here's my weekend. Yeah. So Joe, I was out in Calverton, and I got to tell you, this new rifle I picked up is it's a SIG 5. No, go. Do what you got to do. Go ahead. And could you shut that thing up because I can't. That's my my life now when I go over there.
But they're always polite too. Like, I'll be right back. No.
That's why it's different and then they forget what they're talking about, or some other relative in the house will say something. Just cut me right off. Cut me right off with my adult-oriented conversation. Mm-hmm. That's why I just got to invite, my mom and Sal over my house, so my mom could fall out of the hot tub and injure herself.
Yeah, but you're going to do the same thing to her, though. Right. She's going to try to have an adult conversation with you, and you're going to be watching all your babies and making sure they don't.
Oh,
fall.
Is that it? Making sure, junior high school girls aren't drowning in my pool.
Making sure they don't do too much, if you know what I mean.
And mom will come up. They're so cute. Look, a baby.
Right.
Yes, baby.
Oh no! Look, she dropped the mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, Mom, that's very interesting. But look at the ass on Susie over there.
Right.
I'll get back to your story. But,
that's a baby.
But Susie needs a little help getting into her bikini. I'll be right back with you. Hey, my theory on the OJ thing after the break.
What happened with OJ?
I'm on to something. We're gonna be discussing this right after the break.
Orenthal James Simpson as follows. Count 1, conspiracy to commit a crime. Guilty. Count 2, conspiracy to commit kidnapping. Guilty. Count 3, conspiracy to commit robbery. Guilty. Count 4, burglary while in possession of a deadly weapon. Guilty. A burglar while in possession of a deadly weapon. Count 5, first-degree kidnapping with use of a deadly weapon. Bruce Frohman. Guilty. A first-degree kidnapping with use of a deadly weapon. Count 6, first-degree kidnapping with use of...
Count 6.
Is there any innocent? But what happened?
Oh, I got a theory on this whole thing.
I thought you liked me.
Yeah.
Oh, OJ.
Hey, to my hockey fans out there, get ready to text. We got some tickets to give away, right? Yep. Yeah, but we're a national show. Are they going to care? Well, are we going to tell them what team? It's in the break. Oh, it's in the break? Okay. It's in the break, so it's a local thing. If you're listening to the local station, hockey fans, get ready to text. It's Opie and Anthony. We'll continue.
Deadly weapon, Bruce Bromon, guilty of first-degree kidnapping with use of a deadly weapon. Count 6, first-degree kidnapping with use of a deadly weapon, Alfred Beardsley, guilty of first-degree kidnapping with use of a deadly weapon. Count 7, robbery with use of a deadly weapon, Bruce Bromon, guilty of robbery with use of a deadly weapon. Count 8, robbery with use of a deadly weapon.
We get it. He's guilty.
Is he guilty?
Count 9, assault with a deadly weapon, Bruce Bromon, guilty of assault with a deadly weapon. Count 10, assault with a deadly weapon, Alfred Beardsley, guilty of assault with a deadly weapon. Count 11, coercion with...
All right, they're still reading off the guilty counts for OJ.
OJ apparently very guilty.
We finally got him, right, guys?
Yeah. I knew.
That's what Whitey says today.
Yeah.
Finally.
No outrage either.
Nah.
No outrage. Yeah, there is a whole thing going on here.
Well, I told Anthony in the office, I'm like, you know why they got OJ guilty finally? They're preparing us for a black president. They're like, okay, this is what Whitey needs. They need something in return. It's always a give and take, black and white, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, all right, we got this OJ trial going on, and it's 13 years to the day. Let's throw him in jail forever, and that'll make Whitey happy, and then we could slide the black president past him.
We can't have an OJ acquittal and a black president.
Nope.
Too much. So we'll give you. We'll throw you a bone. We'll put OJ in prison. But you got to deal with the black president.
They sacrificed the OJ.
Was he acquitted 13 years ago?
Huh? 13 years ago to the day.
It was to the day.
Acquitted?
To the day.
How is that long ago?
I know. Well, I'll let you know. The Earth went around the sun 13 times. That's how it happened, Jim.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, in 365-day increments.
Right.
I see. That makes perfect sense.
Now it does.
It does.
Stupid OJ. Why? You got away
with murder.
With murder, which
Double.
is a term people use a lot. Hey, that guy gets away with murder. That guy. Oh, he got away with murder.
Yeah.
And they usually mean nothing.
Yeah.
He got away with murder. Double murder, as Jim put it. Yeah. The guy killed 2 people. I don't care what the jury said. Even though he was acquitted, it doesn't mean he didn't do it. It means the state didn't prove that he did it beyond a reasonable doubt. But we all know he killed 2 people.
Well, the other
Let's
case,
get that out of the way.
The other case said he did do that.
Yes.
Oh, Jimmy's
There were
moving in.
blood splatters all over the place.
No.
Oh my God, Jim C.
Hi, Jim C.
It was a double murder.
You think when one of Quincy's friends did something and got away with it, even though it wasn't murder, he'd say, "Oh, he gets away with murder." Like, does he use that whole
probably
little phrase?
He's been getting away with murder for a long time.
Oh, Jim C. He just uses the word murder because he likes it. Oh, jeez.
The glove didn't fit.
When Quincy's favorite sports team really went big over the last over their opponent, he must say they murdered him. He just loves that word.
Yeah, for anything. It was murder.
Murder.
Let's say hi to John on Long Island. John.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, John.
Yeah, listen, I got a thing to throw into Opie's equation there.
Yeah.
Obama gets elected. When he takes office in January, he can pardon OJ immediately.
He doesn't want to, though. He's got to make Whitey happy.
Oh, that'd be wow! Would that be
That
a
would be
full
funny.
ball?
Would that be?
Oh, his first the first thing he does. Yes, sir.
Anthony, I appreciate you sanctioning Phone Call Thursday.
What are you talking about?
I guess he's
And
talking
you'll be
about.
hearing from me on Thursday. Bye-bye.
I guess he's talking about a replay.
It must have been a
well.
replay.
I love those things. How they confuse people so.
Yeah.
OJ, though, OJ, it's like, what a dummy. It's like you cut your wife's throat and you stabbed another guy. Lay low.
Yeah. Chill, as they say.
Yeah, be a good boy.
How about you don't get into because this chick he was dating, this blonde, he had over the last 10 years domestic spats with.
Oh yeah. Fights with his daughter that ended up with him like
On the
bleeding
ground.
from the head. Like his daughter beats him up. Like OJ is just an idiot. Yeah, and his blonde girlfriend that looked just like the one he killed there. Constant 911 calls, and she's out with Pedro Guerrero. They're doing cocaine. Really, OJ? Why don't you just hang out?
You had it good, man. Here's let's go back 13 years. Remember this?
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson, a human being, as charged in count 1 of the information.
Wow.
Happier days there, OJ, huh?
The jury in the above entitled case find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, as follows. Count 1, conspiracy to commit a crime. Guilty. Count 2, conspiracy to commit kidnapping. Guilty. Count 3, conspiracy to commit robbery. Guilty.
Come on.
Count 4, burglary while in possession of a deadly weapon. Guilty. A burglary while in possession of a deadly weapon. Count 5, first degree kidnapping
That's
with use
the
of a
biggie.
deadly weapon. Bruce Frohman.
First degree
Guilty.
kidnapping with a weapon. That was the big one. And when they announced that, that's where he went like,
I needed that one.
He winced.
That was the one kidnapping was a biggie.
Yeah.
Biggie with a
deadly
gun.
weapon.
Yeah.
Bruce Frohman.
Because the recording he made them sit, right? That is technically. I don't like the fact they got him on this.
Alfred Beardsley. Guilty.
I don't like the fact that they got him. I'm actually on OJ's side on this one. Some scumbag memorabilia dealer. He went to get his stuff back.
You can't go with a gun.
You know what,
The
though?
only way you should deal with those
You
guys.
can't go with a gun.
Really,
Yeah.
Babe Ruth signed that with a brand new. I can still smell the Sharpie ink. Really, did he? Give me my stuff back, scumbag.
I understand those people aren't on the up and up, but you can't go to a hotel room with a gun.
Yeah.
Demanding your stuff back.
Hold people against their will in a room like that
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
kidnapping, and it's all premeditated, first degree, because he had this whole plan that he hatched out with these other guys. He just is a dummy. He thinks he's a criminal mastermind because he got away with 2 counts of murder with evidence all over the place.
He's doing a little Mission Impossible there.
He's crazy, and this, if you ask me, shows a personality of someone that is completely capable of murdering 2 people. Like, this just bolsters the case when you say OJ did it, and people go, "Oh no, he didn't." Look what he did. Look how he follows it up. He had 13 good years on the outside, which he shouldn't have had.
Yeah.
And now hopefully they throw him away in prison.
Look at the phones
And
today.
he'll rot there.
Not even lit.
No one's outraged.
No one is outraged about the OJ, and they're saying life in prison now. He's 61.
Yeah.
Even if he does like 20,
He's
you know,
done.
he's done, right? No bail. He's locked up. Will be sentenced December 5th.
He's done.
I don't think he's going to get life because that's too much like a payback for the other one, and they're probably afraid it'll be overturned. I bet you he gets. I bet you he gets 20 to 25, and he'll probably do 10. That's my guess. Maybe a little more. I don't know the legal system out there, but
That's pretty much his life, Jimmy.
10 years.
71-year-old OJ. OJ's falling apart now.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
legs.
That'll be his life. That'll be his life.
He get out, dude. He does 10 years. He gets out. He's 71 years old. He lives till he's 80.
Maybe get a little comeback going at 71 in the NFL. That'd be cool.
What if he, like, I know obviously the whole double jeopardy thing, he can't be tried for the crime again, but what if he confessed to it? Like in order to get a lesser, like if they say, look, you just fess up.
How cool
to what you did,
because we all need to
give
know
a
the
complete
details.
written confession with all the details, and we'll cut you some slack on this one.
Yeah, did you hit your hammer really hard with a hammer so it was nice and swollen so the glove wouldn't fit?
Hit your hammer with a hammer?
I mean, your hand, your hand with a hammer.
With a dress.
Something about a hammer. Yeah, did you take a hammer to your hand so it's all swollen so the
Yeah.
glove wouldn't fit?
I want to hear
We need
every
to know.
detail.
We need to know. And this Fred Goldman, you hear about him? Like they're saying they're already looking at the prison he might be going to and what kind of things, you know, and they're saying that OJ would be allowed to work for about 84 cents an hour.
That's
and Fred
righteous
Goldman's
bucks.
lawyer's already on it, like, oh, we'll take that too.
We'll take it.
We'll take that 84 cents.
Fred Goldman is. He wants to bite OJ's throat.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not happy.
He's probably not happy that he'll be in prison. Like, think about it. We were always saying that if Fred goes to the doctor one day and is diagnosed with a terminal disease, how he's just going to kill OJ.
Yeah.
And now he's going to be hard to get because he's behind bars.
Wait, they're still reading the count.
Beardsley, guilty of robbery with use of a deadly weapon.
This has been going on all
Count
morning.
9, assault with a deadly weapon. Bruce Bromong, guilty of assault with a deadly weapon. Count 10, assault with a deadly weapon. Alfred Beardsley, guilty of assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah, it just keeps going. We'll keep checking into.
Who's this Alfred Beardsley?
Alfred Beardsley.
What an awful name.
He's one of Harry Potter's teachers.
How do you go up to a girl and say, "Hi, I'm Alfred Beardsley. You want to go out for a drink?"
Yes, my friend Pete Mustachioed and myself
Beardsley.
would like to take you to Bill's Whiskers Emporium.
Emporium. It's always an emporium.
Throw back a few sudsies with some shaving cream. This guy's all about the facial hair.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to an emporium,
That's all
Jim?
I live in Emporium.
You love the
How do
emporium.
you not? Food Emporium. This guy loves beard hair. He's all
Yeah,
about
he
it.
certainly does. He's Beardsley.
You know why? Because he has face eczema. He has an itchy face. Like when he shaves, it's all scaly under his face and neck.
Beardsley.
Yeah.
So that was some big news.
Yeah, and I also think you won't see any outrage on the part of the black community because of the Obama situation.
Mm-hmm.
I think like black people, leaders, these alleged black leaders, are keeping quiet. If you notice, keeping quiet these days. They don't want any trouble. So Whitey looks and goes, "Oh, look what they're up to again." They want, batten down the hatches until after the election.
And also, the case against him is strong, and there's a recording of him going,
Yeah.
"Don't move."
Videotape.
That you can't argue it. It's like he's,
Yeah.
you couldn't argue the other one, but
The case was strong, 13 years ago.
Yeah,
as well.
of course. His blood's
telling
mixed
you.
in with the victim's blood, his shoe prints, everything.
Dennis Fung didn't handle the evidence right.
Oh,
Jim C.
Jimsy, I don't
right.
understand.
I would have put it in the part in my hair.
I'm telling you, they gave us this one. They're getting us ready for Obama. I'm telling you.
If Jimsy, if you ever run out of slides that you put under the microscope when you smear something on it, you could just use your flat girlfriend's ass and slide that under the microscope.
That's why I like her ass. Reminds me of a petri dish. I leave little samples on it, if you know what I mean, Sam.
We know, Jimsy, you dirty dog. After you go to the punk rock concert.
Yes, those punk rockers, they spit on my members only jacket. There was a girl, Abigail Folger. She's bleeding from the throat on a grate. There's coffee grinds on Charles Manson's fingernails, Sam.
God damn, I gotta watch some Quincy.
I own season 1 and 2. I just can't. I haven't been sick enough to make myself sit on the couch.
There's so many other things to watch before you throw in Quincy.
Like
M.E.
Bubonic plague, and I just can't get up.
We got the Quincy Zombie Killer episode. Our favorite clips. They're
love hearing it.
playing.
Wonderful.
They're really
Good
quick.
enough.
You think we're all zombie killers?
You're the killers. Your whole sick society. That's who's guilty, man.
Your whole sick society.
Society.
We're just your lousy scapegoat.
Scapegoat.
Right.
An scapegoat.
Yeah.
Sam, the man puts the emphasis on the wrong part of the word. It was murder.
Now we gotta look for an escaped goat.
Yes, there's an scapegoat, and apparently it's eating newspapers and things all over town. It's making duty on the rug. Escaped goat. Billy! Billy!
Tried to eat my girlfriend's ass. Thought it was a newspaper.
I like to put the back legs of the goat in my boots and watch it try to run away, Sam. I put a little blonde wig over his hiney and pretend he's Jane Mansfield.
Quincy, what a douche.
Quincy is a stoop.
We gotta go through another episode of Quincy because the Zombie Killer one was great.
Do you have his little speech in the Zombie Killer part?
It's so great.
D-Rock could find it.
It's the lamest rave party ever.
It's horrid.
Well, it's a punk rock club.
Punk rock
And
club.
they're playing. There's a punk band up there.
Yeah.
But there's nothing punk about them or the audience.
The punks, I mean, Quincy's got to talk to them. He's got to get through to them.
Yeah.
And this is how
there's a generation gap there.
Yeah, man.
How's Quincy going to pull this one off?
So the coroner walks up. I need your attention. Silence.
Yeah.
Well, that works.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the coroner.
Yeah. We got to listen.
Hey, you stop biting Nancy Spongeon's face. I'm trying to make an announcement.
Going backwards, here's how SNL handled the O.J. thing.
O.J. Simpson was found guilty Friday on charges of armed robbery, assault, and kidnapping, but really murder.
Really murder, yes.
Yeah, we finally got him. Whitey always wins in the end.
That's right. See what happens? Whitey's in charge of the system.
That's right.
It might take time.
That's right.
But all the loose ends are tied up in the end nice and tightly.
Don't mess with Whitey.
Exactly.
Oh, they're still going in.
Alternative to count 5, guilty
Alternative
of
to
coercion
count
with use of
5.
deadly weapons. Count 12, coercion.
Oh, they continue with the guilties. How many guilties were there?
It's not like they got him on real estate speculation.
Oh.
He on tape had a pistol yelling, "Don't move." What a dope.
You know that stuff that he was trying to get back is now worth a bloody fortune?
Yeah.
And Fred Goldman knows that. His lawyer's on top of that stuff, too.
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty much crap, but now that it's part of this trial and all that, now the value is ridiculous.
I wonder if he does coke or something like that. Like, why would your judgment be that? He's not a retarded.
He's a freaking an animal. The guy has this animalistic mentality that he hid for so many years by being the funny guy, the nice guy. Go, OJ, go. Mm-hmm. And it turns out the guy's just a friggin' nut. You think he had a little blob of pudding next to him as a little commemoration, a little memory of Johnny Cochran? Well,
oh my God. That's what he had. He had like a fancy little wine, like a little margarita glass filled with pudding with a bad fake mustache under it.
It came in a hat, and a little hat right next to him full of pudding.
It was bad taste that they wheeled in the coffin of Johnny Cochran.
Trying to get something going.
Because OJ doesn't know how
they
to
exhume him. Right. And just sit him in the chair.
Like Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
If it does not fit, you close the lid. It doesn't rhyme.
It doesn't matter. It's Johnny Cochran. Okay, not guilty.
Whitey got him too, man, for doing the wrong thing. See what Whitey does?
Whitey put some stuff in his food, gave him a brain tumor.
That's right.
That's it. Who else is dead there?
Kardashian, yeah.
That's it. See? Everything gets tied up.
That's right.
Whitey's in everything. It's the Illuminati.
Don't mess with Whitey. We got the Quincy talking to the kids.
His speech. Love his speech.
It's so. There's a girl I'm concerned with. It's so awful.
Why is the coroner doing this?
I don't know.
He's supposed to stay in his office and cut up bodies and say, "Oh, this is what he died of,"
and straddle the hot ones and try to jump off when he hears the door open. That's what creepy Quincy does.
Creep. What a ghoul.
You think he practices that move? I think I could get off a body in a half a second if I had to.
He has Sam walk in on him. All right, Sam, do it again.
Yeah, I want you to surprise me 5
Stopwatch.
or 6 times today.
You know what is Mr. Aston noticed? Hey, how come there's half and half on a lot of the backs of the cadavers? I was drinking coffee.
Half and half.
Quincy tries to talk to the kids at a punk rock club.
Oh, sure he does.
But he has to get through the punk club manager.
Yeah.
He's got to convince the guy to let him go on stage and talk to the kids.
The coroner.
Listen, we need your help. I want to go on stage for 2 minutes and talk to the kids.
Maybe you'd like to take over for the opening act? You paint a target on your head, I might arrange it.
I want to find an innocent girl.
Find anybody innocent here.
Is it too much to ask for a few minutes to try to save a life?
Hey, be my guest. But if you expect any of these kids to help you out, you've got another guest.
Horrible.
Go ahead. This should be fun.
It's not punk.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
Yeah, but see, TV has to be safe, so they have their own version of punk music.
Yeah.
That's like an obscure Blue Oyster Cult song. It sounds like, and they're making believe it's punk because you know the audience was a bit older, so
they wouldn't have been able to take like punk. They'd have turned the channel.
Yeah, you know?
I couldn't watch Quincy last night. That music.
You can't play like the Stooges or any of the other, you know.
Back then, you
little
could even
Gigi
go.
Allen. Here you go. Open up, Quince. Here's a chocolate treat for you.
Here's a banana for you. It's been somewhere. He used to love that gag.
I love a chocolate dip banana, Gigi. Thank you very much.
The best part about
Gigi's hosing down the crowd.
What an odd way to carry it.
The best part about this is Quincy gets up there, and like Jimmy pointed out, it's a punk rock club. They're a bunch of rebels. They ain't going to listen to authority. Listen how close they start listening.
Of course.
If that makes sense, right?
Bad music goes off, and they all just stop and listen.
Please, can I have your attention, please? It's very important.
It's like they just picked up the needle on the record. How can a band stop like that?
There's 7 people in the audience.
Yeah, there was no one there.
It's just terrible.
Listen, we need your help. I want to go on stage for 2 minutes and talk to the kids.
2 minutes.
Maybe you'd like to take over for the opening act? You paint a target on your head, I might arrange it.
I want to find an innocent girl.
You won't find anybody innocent here.
Is it too much to ask for a few minutes to try to save a life?
Hey, be my guest. But if you expect any of these kids to help
What the
you
hell
out,
happened?
you better.
Sorry about that.
No, I didn't mind hearing it again. Cause I was enjoying the club manager's warnings.
Yeah.
Paint a target on your head.
Yeah.
Why? So they know who to fire douchey lines at?
Please, can I have your attention, please? It's very important. Thank you. Now, many of you know Abigail Garvin, and all of you know that the police are looking for in connection with a murder that happened right here in front of this stage. Now, all the charges against her have been dropped. She's innocent. If she comes back, nothing will be done to her.
Why should we believe you?
If I knew who that girl was, I sure as hell wouldn't tell a cop. Because that's all you are, man. It's a dog without a uniform.
I don't care what kind of names you call me.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
Sticks and stones may break my bones.
He kind of cares.
Of course he
kind
does.
of cares.
I don't care what you call me.
I don't care.
When you say that, you kind of care.
I don't care if you call me creepy queer the coroner like they all do back home. I don't care if you call me Colonel of Corn Teeth. I don't care if you call me the pederast with the flat-ass girlfriend.
Uniform.
I don't care what kind of names you call me.
I don't care if you call me Sam's Bottom. I don't care if you call me the coroner who suckles on Lieutenant Monahan.
Yeah,
The names I've picked up.
he just admits everything to the punk rock crowd.
I don't care if you call me a necrophiliac.
But we weren't saying that, Quint.
Dog without a uniform.
I don't care what kind of names you call me.
Yeah.
I'm only interested in helping Abby.
My throat is scratchy. I wonder why. Cancer.
I actually didn't. That's funny.
Like I can't talk for long. For some reason, my throat hurts.
I constantly feel like I need to swallow.
Oh, God.
And then,
Look, we have reason to believe that she's with Zach's real murderer, Molly Howard, and Molly is trying to push her into a codeine overdose. So please, if you have any information.
So please, if you have any information.
that was edgy. That was edgy for the 70s.
Yeah.
A codeine
overdose.
Right, she's crushing up St. Joseph's children aspirin and sprinkling them in her Diet Coke.
She slipped her a Flintstones chewable. I think it was a Wilma.
So please, if you have any information.
That's a crock, mister. You think we're all zombie killers.
You're the killers. Your whole sick society. That's who's guilty, man. We're just your lousy scapegoat.
Besides, man, who the hell cares?
Yeah. Yeah, who cares anymore? Oh, boy. Quincy has to walk off dejected.
Yeah.
It's also being pointed out when the music stops, no one boos. They're just like,
Yeah.
I have to listen.
Older man.
I'm a fake punk. Forget it.
Older gentleman.
All right.
I could listen to that one clip.
I love it.
If we mined this, do you understand the goal we'd find in this series? That was just a random
we got
find.
Yeah, there's got to be tons of clips like that.
We keep
of
playing
him
the same
just being
one.
an ass.
We got to get another episode in.
On possession of a deadly
Oh, they're
weapon.
still going
Guilty.
here, right?
Burglar while in possession of a deadly weapon. Count 5. First degree
And he's always
kidnapping
banging
with
like
use
some
of a deadly
8.5.
weapon. Bruce
How does he bang
Stromon,
anybody?
guilty.
Who
First
would
degree
have sex with
kidnapping.
a creepy older man?
The creepy old coroner.
His fingers smell like formaldehyde. He's always on stolen jewelry. Lockets with different people's relatives in them. He's always giving girls gifts that like have it's like a watch with a blonde hair in it. Whose is this? I bought it. Pulled it off the victim as a speckle of blood on the face.
He just takes the corpse's stuff and gives it out and gets chicks that way. Oh, that's beautiful.
I bought you a pair of underwear. It's ripped, obviously.
It's in an evidence bag. He gets it too.
Somebody spilled cranberry juice on it.
Sweet.
Plenty of rolls.
Yeah.
Don't mind where they swabbed the crotch.
All right, we got to take a break. We're late.
A ghoul.
Oh, he's the worst.
Sure is.
I'm obsessed with him.
Oh, totally.
Let's see if they're done with the guilties yet.
Guilty of robbery with use of a deadly weapon. Count 9, assault with a deadly weapon. Bruce Bromong, guilty of...
Oh, boy, they're continuing
Keep
there.
going.
All right, it's Opie and Anthony. Stay there. Good morning. Opie and Anthony. Phone number 877-212-ONA. Let's say hi to Rich in Maryland. Rich.
Hey, what's up?
How are you, Rich?
Pretty good. Hey, y'all catch Kimbo Slice fight?
I saw the Kimbo Slice fight live. I was down in Philadelphia this weekend and hanging out with the Philly crew. And the Kimbo Slice fight comes on. And one of the guys goes, can you imagine if this guy, wins? And we're all laughing like, shut up. If you don't know, Kimbo Slice fought in that dumb league. It's on CBS, though, huh? And Kimbo Slice is the big star, and Kimbo Slice got knocked out in the first, 20 seconds there, Rich?
I think it was about 14 hacks.
14 seconds, right? Okay.
Yeah, good stuff.
And he was a replacement fighter because Kimbo Slice was supposed to fight Ken Shamrock. Rumor has it that Ken Shamrock wasn't even going to fight. It was just a way to get some interest going. And then this guy steps in last second. And everyone was thinking Kimbo Slice is going to destroy this dude. 14 seconds into the fight, this guy hits him with a right on the chin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nailed him.
And this guy really threw a punch because the guy was backed up against the fence, and he put his right leg up to kind of keep Kimbo at bay, and his right arm was already half extended, and then he just kind of flicked his forearm from the elbow, just boom. Like, It was not even a full wind-up punch. This guy's a strong...
Hit him right on that stupid beard.
Just the power. And this should be the end of Kimbo Slice, proving that, he's a great street brawler, but, he has no business being in the ring with these guys. The guy he fought is a ultimate fighter, obviously, and he knows what he's doing in there. He knew he had to get Kimbo Slice, keep Kimbo Slice at bay, keep the distance, and then he was able to nail him with this right.
He'll get one more fight because anybody can get. That's how they'll look at it. Like anybody can get caught.
Yeah,
he wasn't trained to fight this guy. This guy was a last minute replacement. This is what they'll say on the. The guy's style with Kimbo.
Oh, I didn't know his style. I didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Slice went down, man. He was out cold before he hit the ground, and then he got beat up pretty good.
Yeah.
In 14 seconds, fight over. Unbelievable.
That's almost easier than like getting your ass beaten for a round and a half and just this was just a guy caught him on the jaw with a shot.
Kimbo looks like every Discovery Channel version of Neanderthal Man.
Yeah.
He has got just a wild man look about him. Like the guy that tried to put Bugs Bunny in the big black pot when Bugs Bunny was and tried to cook him.
That chest hair, man.
Yeah, the chest hair thing.
He must have had it.
He shaves like his whole chest except for one pec.
I wonder why.
Oh, really?
I don't know. It's his thing.
It's his gimmick. His gimmick's falling down and getting punched in the face now.
Yeah.
That punch him, but the guy just flicks his forearm.
Yeah, didn't take much.
It was not a full wind-up punch.
Imagine the strength this guy has to knock you out by not even, giving you a full punch.
Got a glass chin.
Thanks, Rich.
Maybe.
Here's the whole fight.
And it's about to get serious. Slice quickly across. And then punches out. Slice goes down. Slice in trouble. Oh my goodness. Slice gets pounded out. And they stop it. Rocky is here. Seth Petroselli shocks the world.
Calm down.
The guy did shock the world because no one knew about this.
Oh my God.
No one knew about this guy. It's the #1 video on YouTube, by the way, so people had interest in this thing.
Let me tell you, Elite XC, if that's the end of Kimbo, you are in a bit of trouble.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, right? That was their big name?
Yeah,
it was.
Dana White probably has a lump on his head from hitting the ceiling cheering.
Yeah, can we try to get Dana White on the phone today so he could kind of gloat.
Yeah, dude, Dana's got to be very, very happy.
Didn't he say that Kimbo was really overestimated?
Everybody's been
All of
saying
them
that.
did.
All the guys that know this Ultimate Fighting game have been saying that. They're like, don't buy into the hype. The guy knows how to fight, in a street, but in a ring, it's a different story.
That guy, just think of how that the guy that won feels that he got in the ring with Kimbo Slice and everything that must have been going through his head beforehand, and then he walks away going, I didn't even get touched. I didn't even get touched by this guy.
How about I wasn't even supposed to fight today,
Yeah.
and now everybody knows me.
Not even supposed to be here.
Kimbo Slice got beat up by a guy with pink hair and a pink mouthpiece.
Ooh, that hurts.
Let's go to Chrissa in New Jersey. Chrissa.
Hey.
Hi, Chrissa.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I don't want to, make a total whole of myself, but I just wanted to reassure Anthony that there is hope for the future. One of the best quotes I ever saw was in a parenting magazine written by
Work
his
is
dad.
freedom?
What's that?
Nothing.
Sorry. And just gave my husband a little bit of hope when we had our kids. Women get all mushy-gushy and love them, and he didn't understand quite what the hype was. And for guys, he said they start to get interesting once they're smarter than the dog.
Ah, okay. Yeah, once they're smarter than the dog.
My husband.
No,
that's when it changes?
Yeah, because up until then, they have a lot in common. They just drool. They just need cleaned up. You pick up their,
I didn't.
poop. And after they're smarter than the dog, give them a year, maybe two, depending on your kid, and then they start to get interesting once they start to appreciate your charm a little bit.
These kids are a waste for the first 9 months. I don't even acknowledge them or pick them up. But then after 9 months, I'm all in. Then I'm really into it.
Exactly. I can see why moms, were just genetically made because we got to ensure that they survive that long. But the guys, not a whole lot of reason to get interested till later.
Thank you, Krista. I think Ant, when he was talking about seeing his two nephews, a nephew
It's
and
a niece and a nephew.
a nephew
yeah.
and a niece over the
Yeah.
weekend. You made a great point where everyone thinks the baby is looking at you, and
Yeah.
I've never heard that before, and it's brilliant. And I'm going to
Just
take that
another
one
blob.
with me. It's just blobs in the room.
Blobs in the room.
That mean nothing to them.
Colorful blobs in the room that just make weird noises, and sometimes they'll smile at the noise, sometimes they'll cry at the noise.
Right.
But to them, look, he's looking at you. I think he likes you. What? It's a blob. He's looking at a blob.
Yeah.
His eyes are rolling around like he's coming down off a heroin bender.
Woo, 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 woo.
Oh,
Just wondering if you're some kind of food source.
That's exactly the words I was thinking of. You're a food source or you're not.
Yeah, that's all they think.
You know when people's kids get cool? When you can drink with them. That's pretty much it.
Right, when they're
Like
7.
my nephews, a couple of nephews there. They get all the, they could go to college, drinking age, and then you can have a couple of beers with them. And you hear funny stories about, who they're screwing and
beer
what's going on.
pong and all that.
Yeah.
I got one of those.
That's fun.
It's kind of depressing. I used to go down to Florida and take him to SeaWorld and hold his little hand. And now he's talking about going on cruises and how they snuck the booze onto the ship and, road tripping to watch Gator games and beer pong and fraternities. And I'm like, I used to hold your hand at SeaWorld. What the hell's going on? You were supposed to never grow up.
Yeah.
It's depressing as hell.
Yeah, there's pictures of a couple of my cousins and stuff, and they're at Disney World with their parents holding their hands,
getting a picture with Mickey Mouse.
And like the last time I think we went, they were already older, and they're just walking around going, "This sucks." Yeah, all right, we're going over here, hang out with my parents. Must be tough for the parents at that point, though.
Of course.
Like, we're trying to squeeze out one more year of memories here at the happiest place on earth. The kids, screw this. Go to Pleasure Island to get a drink.
It really does have to suck to be parents because for a lot of their life, you can't do no wrong. And it's like, daddy, 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 daddy. And then they turn on you. These bastards turn on you and don't want anything to do with you. That's got to be so depressing if you're a parent.
You put all that work into it, and then what?
Yeah.
It just leaves. Or it does something even worse, gets in trouble. Or even worse, it kills you. That's always a fun one.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
I raised them, fed them, did everything, and then it comes back and stabs me for crack money.
How weird is that you could possibly raise your own killer?
Yeah. Fantastic to think that.
I'll tell you what, here's what having kids is. Watch 12 Angry Men. It's Lee J. Cobb as he breaks down at the end and crumples up his son's picture. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's that you just have this silent rage for your awful children.
Let's go to Yonkers and say hi to John. He's still on the Kimbo thing. What's up, John?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
What's up?
This isn't the first time Kimbo lost. If you do a Google on Sean Gannon versus Kimbo Slice, it's a long fight.
Yeah,
Sean Gannon knocks him out.
Yeah, this whole all the UFC fans, Ultimate Fighting fans in general, they've been arguing this Kimbo Slice thing for a while, and he wasn't that impressive Saturday night.
I became convinced that look, Kimbo's obviously a really good fighter, but just on that professional level, when Liddell was in, and I think I asked Chuck about Kimbo, and he's like, he wasn't bad-mouthed. It was just a genuine lack of concern.
But a lot of these
about having
guys
to fight him.
are frustrated at the popularity of Kimbo Slice. They're like, come on, we all know that he's not that great. you wouldn't want to fight him in an alley or anything, but.
No, this is an underground fight. It's not an MMA. It's underground. It's 30 minutes.
Yeah, no, dude,
I understand what you're saying, John. Thank you.
I've seen that fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I won.
Thank you, John. You're out.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, John.
Tina Fey doing a good job with
she looks just like her.
The Sarah Palin thing on SNL.
Yeah, she's getting used to doing the character, I think. She's not even on SNL anymore. She just decides to come back. Is she still writer? No, nothing.
She was nothing.
Yeah, I guess she just comes back because it's kind of popular and
the ratings are ridiculous just because Tina Fey's doing Sarah Palin.
Yeah,
that's the only reason, by the way.
They offered her $5 or $6 million, I think, for a book deal. Yeah, she's like a $5 or $6 million book deal on the table.
Wow.
But if McCain wins, it'll probably be even more.
Well, they got Palin.
More than that, you're saying?
Obama's lead is growing at this point because of the economy. They keep saying because of the economy and because of the economy.
Yeah.
And Palin, she's going right at him now. And some saying it's a bit of desperation. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
They got Palin as kind of the pit bull now.
Well, they said they've taken the weekend to kind of try out these new tactics. And Sarah Palin's tactic is to be an attack dog and attack. But she does it with a smile. That looks so stupid.
It's irritating.
Yeah.
It's like everyone has seen that stupid, smug smile. It's aggravating. It's not enchanting and it's not charming and it's not disarming. It's just irritating.
She's got to have this look, which isn't this stupid corner of her mouth little smile. And she's talking about Obama palling around with terrorists. Huh? Stop smiling.
Golly gee, gosh darn it.
Yeah. Well, gosh darn it, we can't have a president doing that.
I was trying to think over the weekend, where does that play? That whole, gosh darn it thing. It doesn't play in New York.
Midwest someplace.
Midwest.
Is it just Midwest? I don't even think it plays in the South, right? It doesn't play out west. So where's that playing? You think the heart of America, like the Midwest?
Yeah. South, too. I mean...
you think the South is into the whole golly gee thing?
Oh, my God, yeah.
It plays over... When you're on a plane, any place you're allowed to unbuckle your seatbelt when you're flying cross-country. That's where it plays.
Hey, I like that. That's a good way to look at it.
Dice had a funny line years ago about, there's only, New York and L.A. Everyone else is farmers.
Farmers.
Bunch of farmers.
Farmers.
And that's kind of not true.
You look down when you're flying to L.A. Just look down. Or if you're in L.A., you fly to New York. Just look down and tell me what you see. Sometimes you'll see some sprawling lights. Very rarely, though. Usually, you'll see these round circles or little things that look like Pac-Man. Those are farms. And they cover the entire country.
They sure do.
And people that run those are called farmers.
And there's a lot of them.
And they think like that. And they like the way Sarah Palin talks. They like what she has to say. And they don't like...
Wherever you can take your seatbelt off. That's hilarious.
That's it.
Yeah.
And the pilot tells you.
This is what we got in Sarah Palin today.
I was reading today a copy of the New York...
All I hear is Tina Fey now. It's really hard to... This is the actual... we have to tell people this is actually Sarah Palin.
Oh, she's being specific now with the New York Times, probably. Okay.
Well, she was reading. That's good.
I was reading today a copy of the New York Times.
Why are they booing the Times?
Because she delivered it like Yoda. I was reading today a copy of...
I was reading today the copy of The New York Times. Now, this, of course, yeah. She's trying to make up for the fact that she couldn't name one goddamn newspaper that she reads when Katie Couric asked her.
And I was really interested to read in there about Barack Obama's friends from Chicago. Turns out one of his earliest supporters is a man who, according to the New York Times, was a domestic terrorist and part of a group that, quote, launched a campaign of bombings that would target the Pentagon and the U.S. Capitol.
Boo. Boo. What is this is booing.
William Ayers, I think she's talking. Who cares?
Yeah. Boo. I care.
I could care less.
I think it's an indication on Obama and his lack of judgment as to people's character.
Maybe, but they all hang out with scumbags. Look at who Bush holds hands with. He holds hands with the leaders of the country who sent 15 of the 19 terrorists. We were friends with Saddam, and then we weren't friends. These guys all have disgusting associations.
But they were all like there were reasons. Like I don't honestly believe George Bush, the tool he is, wanted to walk through the Rose Garden holding hands with a guy in a sheet. It just looked silly. It looked a little queer.
Yeah.
But this guy, he'd probably give him a reach around for the oil we get
No kidding.
from that goddamn godforsaken primitive country over there. And that's his motivation. Other motivation is, political things. I mean, the fact that we were supporting Iraq for so long is because they were enemies with Iran, and we hated Iran. So it kind of put us in a tough spot. But this Obama thing, there's a part of him, perhaps it was in his younger rebellious days, but it shows this character, this part of him that, I don't know, is still kind of there underneath maybe. Yeah, a little bit of a radical under there. He's got some radical friends. How close does he pay attention to them still? Is it, it just opens up a few questions as to his judgment.
Yeah.
Even early on. I don't know if it means anything now, but I'm not voting for him. We all know that.
Here's more Palin.
We see an America of exceptionalism. Yes, USA.
It's the car. The Tan Sierra. That's my car.
Right.
Well, gosh darn it, USA.
Yeah. So you're running to be vice president with the funny looking one. Yeah.
Our opponent is someone who sees America as imperfect enough to pal around with terrorists who targeted their own country.
Boo again. Oh. What is this, a wrestling match? Yeah. What's going on? But hiss, boo, hiss. It's like Snidely Whiplash is going to come out and tie her to the train tracks. And McCain's got to rescue her. I'll rescue you. Yay! Oh, here comes Obama. Boo, hiss, boo. This is stupid.
Dumb.
This election is lame.
The whole thing is lame. Let's go to Jason in Mississippi. He wants to defend the South, I think. Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on?
What's up, man?
Jason? Good. You were talking earlier about, oh my gosh. No, that will get you killed here.
I am?
Literally killed, yes.
Yeah, I gotta think he's right, man. I don't think the South's going for that golly gee stuff either. Maybe
be real, because the South's gonna do it again.
What?
I love how they think the South is gonna do it again or something.
What again?
South will rise up again.
Adam in Long Island. Adam, what's up?
What's going on, man?
Hey.
What Jimmy was saying about how everybody has, connections to scumbags. Sarah Palin's husband is connected to a group of Alaskans who want to secede from the Union.
All right, who cares?
Yeah.
Big block of ice anyway.
We want it gone anyway. Just give us the oil and then beat it.
Yeah. Scram.
Take your dumb wildlife with you. It's a burden that does nothing but fly into our turbine engines and wreck things.
Our fine turbine engines are being destroyed by your delicate birds.
Exactly, by your cockatoos. Birds do nothing but cause problems in the environment. They're a burden. I firmly
That's why
believe
burden is called burden.
Absolutely.
They're
it was
birds.
originally spelled B-I-R-D-E-N.
Of course it was.
And they figured it was too obvious. All citizens should carry bats and go chirp, chirp. When a bird comes down, you de-wing it.
Stupid things just crapping from the sky.
They're horrible.
Just awful.
Awful nervous system
things.
Get it all out at once, quickly. Go.
Yeah. All I have to do is go boo, and everything inside him comes out.
Yeah. Fluffernutter comes out of
Right.
him.
Nothing that makes me happier than a good fire. When I see a tree on fire and I see birds leaving it, I'm like, good. There goes your house. way to think smart in a place where lightning might hit to build a house out of sticks and leaves. Good thinking, idiots.
Their nest.
Yeah, they're nesting. We started with Kimbo Slice. We end this break with Kimbo Slice. Dana White from the UFC, this is what he had to say about the Kimbo Slice fight.
Here's my beef with Kimbo Slice. I'll give it to you, too, that he's training and, he's training and taking it serious. But this guy was fighting in backyards a few months ago. The reality is if Kimbo
knocking
Slice,
down people's mailboxes, fighting in backyards.
That's a man act.
I had to.
Of course you did. So, Kimbo, you sound a little taller on radio.
Hey, boy, where's Kimbo Slice?
This was Dana White on our show talking about Kimbo Slice before this fight, so this is quite interesting.
The reality is if Kimbo Slice, if I put him on the Ultimate Fighter reality show, he wouldn't win it. Okay? Kimbo Slice sucks. The guy who he fought on the last show was one step away from being a corpse. Okay? And he barely got out of that fight alive.
So you think they're putting him up against softer opponents?
The fact that CBS is headlining their events with friggin' Kimbo Slice, it's crazy. I mean, anybody who knows the story about this business and where we were, even when we were $44 million in the hole, man, we never went with the freak show angle.
Right.
And Kimbo Slice is that freak show.
There you go. That's what Dana White said 3.5 months ago. This Dana White knows the Ultimate Fighting game.
Yeah, he's pretty perceptive.
No kidding. All right, we got to take a break. We're going to continue with another landlord doing some naughty things.
Naughty.
When this story came in today, I was thinking to myself, we did this last week. But no, it's another creep.
All right.
And I think we might be celebrating Jocktober again today.
I love Jocktober.
We'll have to check in with Sam and see if he's got a good one today for everybody.
Damn.
Opie and Anthony. We're back with the Opie and Anthony show. We got Patrice O'Neal in studio. Jimmy's going to be leaving in about an hour.
What?
To fly out to L.A. to promote Down and Dirty, his new HBO show, Friday nights at midnight. Nice. And Patrice is stepping in to help us out. So there's like a little seg thing happening here. Jimmy will do another hour, and then Patrice will continue for the rest of the day.
Good morning, man.
And I see that you stole Jim Morrison's hat or something. This is the latest look from Patrice.
Yeah, 60s black man. I'm dressing like
60s black man.
I'm dressing like a 60s FBI agent, the first black FBI agent.
First thing that Patrice said, you're having daydreams about killing Whitey?
Yeah, killing white people daydreams. Just sitting around like I think about, and they're good ones because there's being a great football player and basketball player daydreams that go about 4 hours.
Yeah.
This one's going about 2 hours.
2 hours?
Different ways, yeah.
A lot of detail in it.
Yeah, a lot of how am I going to do it? It's just I'm getting so fed up.
Yeah.
It's just I'm fed up with, you know what it is? I'm just realizing white people just don't care. And not, at least from you guys, at least you are fun white guys who have you're honest.
Yeah.
You have honest conversations, talk a little crap, But, the Fox white guys, and you just watch it, and it's just... I'd go on John Gibson from time to time, his radio show. He's not on TV no more, so he's just doing the radio.
Yeah.
And I like him. He has a fun thing about him. But, I watch the other guys, and even Hannity's starting to become just...
Oh, really?
Just not fun to look like. I used to like Sean, he used to walk through the hallway clicking his heels and stuff. But now it's just everything. It's just, you could just feel it. You go, this is... You could feel it.
Don't you think it's because of the election coming up and the first black man and
But here's the
Whitey
thing,
has to,
white people just won't say black. You do, which is fun.
Sure.
Oh, he does?
You hear what else he says?
Yeah, right.
That's the radio version.
Exactly, but at least to have a conversation about it, you got to admit it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you hear about this thing about Ohio, right? You
happened
heard
in
about
Ohio?
That possibly that people are taking, I don't know all the details, but they're taking like bums and people and they're going to register them and having them register under homeless like shelters. And white people are welling up to say, oh, Obama's going to steal Ohio. And I'm sitting there going, white people don't even know the word hypocritical. Like, it just don't exist in their language. It's like Bush stole the presidency. Blah, 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 blah. No, I don't want to hear that. We're dealing with this Negro stealing the presidency. We don't want to talk about old school stuff. We want to talk about this right here.
There was plausible deniability with the Bush thing. They threw in so many.
Do you hear what you just said to me?
Yes.
This is why I don't like white people anymore. It's starting to really bug me. Not even on a fun not liking them. Plausible
deniability would get them.
That would be piece of garbage.
I knew that would get you.
Is that the plural of garbage? A piece of garbages. It just makes me sick because there is no. You can't even reason with you people.
Obama's camp is doing exactly what all the others have done in the past.
Thank you. What the F?
And Ohio is a very important state, so they're getting the homeless zombies to vote. They're getting the homeless zombies,
and it's not a crime.
They also want to get something passed where felons are allowed to vote.
Yeah. Good. Why can't felons vote?
Because what? Now, why would it be? Why would Barack Obama want felons to vote?
Why wouldn't you want felons to vote?
Doesn't that sound like something that's like, well, if I got up and said, a lot of felons are black. People would be like, a
lot of felons are, but let me ask you this. If I'm a felon and I get out, I still have to follow the rules of this country. I'm not told to leave the country or told, listen, once you are a felon, you can just be a felon. You can just keep committing crimes. You don't have to follow the rules. You don't have to pay taxes. You don't have to try to get a job. You are now.
Most of them, that's what they do.
But not most of them. You don't have to cut through the system no more. You don't do nothing.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then don't vote. But if you still have to follow the rules of society when you get out and when you're in there, really, you should be able to vote. Why can't a felon vote? And there's a lot of innocent dudes in jail.
Once you're out, you should be able to vote. When you're in jail, no. But once you're out, you should be able to vote.
Yeah, I think that's.
And why not
crazy.
while you're in? I can't decide. He's still my president.
You would understand why that would drive Anthony crazy.
He's still my president.
It's a privilege you lose in jail. You should lose, sir.
Why? To vote?
Because you're a criminal, yeah.
But what does that mean, though? Okay, why should I lose my privilege to vote because I'm in jail? I broke the laws of society. There's laws of society, but this guy's still my president. I'm not allowed to say that Bush ain't my president.
Part of the punishment is that you get no say in what goes on. That's part of the. That's what the removal of the vote would be. You've broken the laws of society, and part of it is we don't want your input until you're done with your sentence. But I think
my vote is really not my vote is really not my input. You're choosing a leader, I guess, or whatever. So I don't understand where choosing to vote, for your leader.
You've proven through your actions, you've proven that you do not have good judgment. And you should not be allowed to vote. Not saying that people that do vote have good judgment, because a lot of them don't.
And you talk about white collar dudes too. You're talking about like Wall Street criminals and
felons.
All those guys. Well, okay, 3 Republicans and 6 million Democrats will get to vote.
Anthony's angle.
This is the problem. It's a lot of Democrats in jail. Negro Democrats.
His angle on this.
A lot of white people in jail.
Disproportionate number of black people.
This would help Obama.
Of course.
Yes.
That's why he's a little worried about that.
But there's a lot of white people in jail.
Yeah, I know, but
unjustly
disproportionate.
Hey, we got to go to Amy in Connecticut. Amy, you're on the Opie and Anthony show. How are you?
Wow, I finally got on. I call you guys all the time.
No one cares.
All right, Amy.
No one cares.
I know. Whatever.
What's up, Amy? What do you got?
First, I just wanted to say to Patrice, It's so funny how black people can say they hate white people, but if white people said they hate black people,
It's funny how the way you said black sounds so loving, stupid. See, this is what kills me
Sounds
about
like she's
white
from
people.
Greenwich.
Yeah, they white people really trying to hide. This is what is really getting me to daydreams. There really is no argument. For me to say that I know that she's a little racial, I can't say racist necessarily, but she's a little racial. You can feel it. I know it. But white people are so good at lying now that it's no proof. I have to actually say she's lying to have a conversation with her about race. Because she can call, I'm admitting my thing, but she's calling, acting like, I didn't see color to you talk, Patrice. Shut up, ass.
I want to compare your killing white people fantasies to my killing black people fantasies.
Well, here's mine. How
do yours play out?
Mine's play out like this, because here's what I always realized, something that black people never had, that every group had, a respectable criminal element.
Like the mob.
Like somebody that actually touches your soul with your fear. Meaning this, if Sean Bell gets killed, black people don't walk up the street with signs. We just send a couple of guys to blow your house up.
Okay.
And we don't know that it's black people, because that's the thing about us. Like white criminals can kind of just melt into society. Black criminals is like we all get picked up. It's just like I grew up in Boston, so Charles Stewart he shot his wife in the head, and he said, "Nigga did it," or "N-word did it," "N-word did it," and every black person got messed around in the streets.
Well, black criminals make themselves too obvious. It's like, how about you don't wear the green felt hat? How about you kind of mellow out a little bit?
This is what I'm saying, is that
So
my
your fantasy,
is very covert. Okay, a judge. First of all, I daydream not. I'm in court. Actually, after the OJ trial.
Okay.
And so I'm sitting there just going, all right, 12 counts of first-degree kidnapping. Oh, yeah. All right. And you just look at this white lady judge who you know has some old Nicole problems, and the white lady foreman who, of course, we was instructed not to remember that this guy got away with killing a white woman. And so, because I'm an upstanding white person, I'm going to forget that whole thing. So I'm just sitting there, and I just want to go wink at the judge and just, again, I don't know if this is a crime for me even saying I'm daydreaming about it, but I'm just saying, just
thought police here.
You just go, hey, this is wrong. You know it's wrong. I'll be out of here in about an hour. I'll be out. Will you really? Yep. Boom. Blow that house up. Boom. Blow that house up. This guy finds floating in the thing, and then all of a sudden I get a pardon, just because I have some things done.
Oh, okay.
That kind of fear that touches you. Black people have never had that fear. This is what we argued about before. We never had that fear that if you wrong us, see, the cops don't roll around where the mob used to be, wherever the mobsters lived, and just harassed mobsters.
No.
There's a lot of white cops that just roll through Harlem and the Bronx.
Mobsters didn't randomly bash people on the head and take their jewelry.
Wait a minute. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's like, a couple of, they got nicknames in the hood. Everybody's scared. Here comes Scooby and Scrappy. Growing up, the white cops used to have nicknames in the hood. Like, watch out. Here comes Barney and Fred. They're going to harass you. They're going to put you in the trunk, beat you in the face, and then let you go. It just seems like we just don't have any respect at all. It's just, that's what gets when we talk about this.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you afraid of? No one's afraid of us. So my daydreams just consist of things to make white people really afraid. If anybody should be blowing up things, it should be black people. But we don't.
See, here's the fear.
We don't.
If you were organized like that, like you say, some kind of black Illuminati, I would love that. That'd be cool, because then you would know that you're not going to be in trouble. You could walk the streets, and unless you wronged somebody, then you're fine.
And you know
what? It's the randomness.
Can I get in there real quick and say I 100% agree? Yeah. Because then it's like there's a hierarchy, there's rules, there's a protection factor. The neighborhood feels protected. No randomness. No, I'm just gonna go beat up some random white person and and it's not because I care about the random white person getting beat up, as I care about the police interfering with the neighborhood situation. Little protection racket. little, if there's a white business on the outskirts of town, we a white business, like a white tire shop, we go and rouse them a little bit.
Rouse them a little bit.
Whatever. If 4 tires cost $100 a piece, we get 100 for 1 tire. You get 3.
Yeah, okay. You're working out. You're working out an organization.
Some winking, some this and that, and my daydreams involve not randomly beating white people in the head, but just having them have a real fear, not that ooga booga coming out of a bush fear, but a real respect. That you're not going to do that.
You know something? And for most people, if you didn't mess or get involved with the mob, no one from the mob is going to be knocking off your family or you or anything because you have nothing to do with the mob.
They had a code.
They have a code. They have this, that, whatever it was. But like with black on white crimes, it's usually random robberies, assaults, things like that. That's the fear that Whitey has.
And the mob, every Italian, almost every Italian, not so much now because the mob's kind of become this, but you almost felt, and it's just like right now, who has that fear right now? Russians. Like,
oh, yeah.
You bump into a Russian, you go, ugh, his uncle might, and they're just known to clip your toes off with a, with a stapler gun. They're brutal. Yeah. So it trickles down, and the fear it's a respect. Like these guys will come in and just tie you up and do things to you. But when you think about a black person coming in and tie you up, it's just like, oh Lord, he's a home invader. It's no business like kind of.
Now you're touching on my daydreams.
Well, and yours involves probably a couple of trees and something, but it's always what you're going to do. It's not what you're going to do to gain some respect. My thing is, I just want to make sure judges just don't throw you in arbitrarily. See, it's a respect thing.
Your daydreams are pussy compared to mine. You got wimpy ass daydreams because you're blowing up a judge's house. This old codger is taking his stupid robe off, ready to go into his orthopedic shower unit, and his house blows up.
And he'll never do anything criminal again.
Mine are one-on-one. Mine involve people with guns.
This is not a daydream. This is reminiscing.
It's an even match. It's people coming into my house armed. I'm armed, and it's a fair fight.
This is reminiscing. This is Charles Manson's daydream. This is White.
Listen to me.
This is Helter Skelter.
It's me looking out in the street and seeing what happened. Oh my God, there's machine gun fire. There seems to be a war started.
The race war.
Let me say, that to me is a good one.
But what are you in the race war? Are you like quiet dude in the chair with the 2 guns that's crossed around his chest?
I am packed with all kinds of weaponry.
You're just a dude in the middle of the race war.
I'm just trying to hold off and keep my own.
He wants to rock and roll. Can I just jump in for a second?
I'm keeping my own.
I feel like I'm watching a buddy film. Like, you guys need to make a buddy film. You guys would be great in a buddy film. Because if you were the same color, you'd be best friends. You know that. We say that all the time.
We think the same way.
You guys got to make a buddy film. And this is the banter you can have in the car as you fight the real enemy.
A race war. Yeah. You're just one of the dudes in the race war.
I'm just one of the guys.
I'm trying to think high level daydreaming, and you're just one of the guys.
No.
Do you have superpowers? Anything? Is your gun unlimited?
No, I'm really good with a gun. There was one of these daydreams that I had where I was kind of on a boat. I'm on a boat. Doing a little patrolling action on the North Shore of Long Island.
You sure you aren't coming from Africa?
So you're doing a little patrolling action, North Shore of Long Island, because the further west you go, the worse it gets as far as enemy territory. The further east you go, it's kind of we're in control still.
So is it like one of those small boats like from Apocalypse Now? Just
no, it's kind of a tricked out like pleasure craft. That I, A-teamed
like a long
up.
Miami
like I A-teamed with some metal and, some technology and some guns and stuff.
You're a wimp. And then
why?
Because you know they can't swim.
Well, that's why I'm in the water. So as I'm cruising patrol,
This is the most racist conversation.
this is a horrid conversation.
This is so horrible.
This is horrid.
I'm on a boat. I'm the captain of the Amistad.
This is just horrible.
We look forward to when Patrice can come in because now we have excuses. Look, we were doing it because the black guy was in.
Why can't you just talk?
Too bad. You can't have a murdering black people in a U-boat daydream without Patrice here.
Why couldn't this just be a pitch for a movie? This could be just
because
be a pitch
people
for
are
a movie.
nervous, and I tell you what.
You don't even want to hear the part where I go into action?
Yes.
Okay.
This is what I'm missing. Because you can't just daydream.
Straight stuff.
In my daydream, I leave
it's
something.
details.
All right, go ahead.
This could take a long time. It's details,
I thought you were going to say, I'm daydreaming.
No.
It's the race war, and I'm just in it.
Well, now I'm patrolling.
Okay, you're patrolling.
I'm patrolling. And what do I see through my binoculars? I see I see a young, vulnerable white girl whose parents have been slaughtered, and she's on the beach.
Crying.
Just trying to make her way through.
Wait a minute. What is she doing? Kicking shells?
No. She's hungry, maybe. She's just very vulnerable.
She's somewhere on the beach.
She's on the beach. Her parents have been killed in the race war.
How old is she?
She's probably
17.
She's legal age.
Yeah, he loves this fantasy because the parents can't interfere with her coming to his house.
Give it to her right on the back of the U-boat.
So all of a sudden I hear something, and a couple of the brothers come out,
right.
and now they see the girl, chase her down, and now they are just ready to ravage her. I mean, just ready. I pull out one of my rifles with the scope on it.
You don't get off the boat.
I'm on the boat at this point.
And you don't do a slow motion shotgun pump without even holding it. Just to throw it down and it comes back up.
This is a friggin' Barrett 50 cal sniper rifle mounted on there, and I just right when they're ready to take this poor girl and just ravage her, just his head explodes in a pink mist in my scope.
So you snipe him, right?
I snipe him. And then I come up, and the girl comes on the boat, and I have to raise her.
Oh, you know what? You know what made this a very noble daydream?
Yeah,
if you
she needs a father figure at that point.
If you just left,
why would I leave? I can't leave her there. There's still more people.
Wait a minute, Norton. His dream has ended up being this. He kills the attempted idea of a rape to rape. This is ultimately he gets the rape dream.
Hey, at least I'm white.
How nice of you to raise the age for the radio show, by the way. Nice you added 3 years.
This is so awful. This
is terrible.
I know these pieces of garbage out there have so many daydreams and you make me sick.
Of course.
Oh, my
Bravo.
God.
Oh, well.
We have to take a quick break. Patrice O'Neill in studio giving us a lot of energy. October 16th through the 18th to catch a rising star in Lincoln, Rhode Island. Yeah. That's a very white area. What are you doing?
What area isn't? And but this week I'm in the Addison Improv in Texas.
Yeah, sure.
In, Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
You been there? Nice
a
club,
few
right?
times. Yeah, it's a
I'll
great
be there
place.
this weekend.
Very cool.
Thursday through Sunday.
We got a nice audience down in the Dallas area, so
Sure.
go see Patrice and Addison this weekend.
I will say O&A fans are very, loyal, coming out people, boy.
Yep.
I'll tell you that, man.
I got
They
a
do come
message
out.
from Voss. They came out in droves in Cleveland, so everybody, we're on in Cleveland right now. Voss, thanks you.
I will say that, man.
For checking him out up there. Opie and Anthony, we'll continue. Patrice O'Neill helping us out today. It's the Opie and Anthony show. I got to ask Patrice about Sarah Palin. What's your thoughts on this
that
fraud?
Was another thing. That I forgot about that. That made it was OJ, Ohio thievery, and listening to people try to make Sarah Palin that she won that it was interesting. All I could do was say to people who are voting for McCain and try to defend Sarah Palin.
Mm-hmm.
If something happened and they go, McCain wins, and they go, oh my God, government, the president has died, heart attack, whatever, and then she gets up and goes,
I'm your president.
I'm your president.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a terrible tragedy.
Oh gosh,
Can
I
you
seem to be the
imagine?
president.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? One of my friends said this, man. And this another thing, which I mean, white people don't care. If Obama's ticket was McCain and Palin with 5 kids, one of her kids is pregnant out of wedlock, teenage pregnant, retarded kids, witchcraft, like some African voodoo priest is in her camp. All these things that is going. Can you imagine if this was Obama's ticket, and white people don't care? She has a voodoo guy.
No, they kind of care. I mean, the polls are showing that Obama's lead is.
Do you believe in polls? What is ask about boobs?
Yeah, that's not all black people voted for him. White people like Obama too.
But
a lot of the country likes him.
The numbers, Jim. The numbers. Okay, I don't know how many black people are supposed to vote and should vote. I don't know how many Mexicans are supposed to vote. I don't know. But I know there's 250 million white people in this country. Something like that. 300? 250 million?
No,
there's 250 million white people in this country.
300 million
total.
And it's 200 million white people. 200 million white people.
2/3.
Tops.
Okay. After you clear out all the black people that's supposed to vote for him, which not all black people are, because we are just brainwashed by righteousness.
98% are.
No. They again,
98%
they asked 100 black people. I'm telling you, I'm black. I know all black people ain't voting. Black people are afraid to have a black leader just like white people are. There's a lot of black people who are horrified the idea of a black guy running stuff. You see how we treat each other when we run. If we have a white boss, it runs well. You ever see a black run McDonald's? You ever see when there's black people and there's just this one little creepy white boy that's running the place? How it runs. But when it's just all black people in the McDonald's, you see how it runs. There's a lack of respect we have for each other. We love white people.
What is that?
Because I'm gonna tell you, our whole definition of our existence in this country is based on how we feel about white people. It's based on whether we hate you or whether we love you.
So start loving us.
Start loving us more.
Well,
why don't you start loving the black?
Yeah.
I love
Stop shoving things inside of me stop tasering me. Stop beating me in the face.
Stop misbehaving. Stop being loud in movie theaters.
Do I deserve a tasing?
Pull over and give your license and registration.
Stop demanding more dumplings, bitch, from the Chinese lady serving your food.
More dumplings. More dumplings.
Oh, yeah.
And she won't give you none.
No.
Just an extra dumpling. Are you kidding me? It's 50 cents? You charge me 50 cents for a pack of duck sauce. You cheap bitch. So
I feel sorry for your mother.
Did you do the bit on the show about how, like, you go to the same restaurant forever
and they treat you the same exact? I
love that.
I must have spent $1,000 every 6 months in the Chinese dry cleaner. Treats me like the same piece of garbage at the day I came in. Won't give me a free shirt. Won't even give me something that you stamp that says you're a frequent buyer, so I could get maybe dry clean my socks for free. Some of these
businesses just don't understand.
They don't get
you got to give a little if you got a customer coming back over and over again. Loyalty. But some of these people just don't get it.
And this goofy Sarah Palin, how can you, look, man, how can you, and I understand how white people are just nervous.
Yeah.
But God damn it, black people are awful decent for a group of people that just get played.
Patrice, they just gave us some weird choices this time around. It's just bizarre.
So the thing is that out of all these weird choices, Obama's the least weird. He's like the one you vote for just to see. And back to the 200 million. I'm sorry. The numbers, how many? And you travel a lot, Jimmy. I feel that there's only 3 cities in this whole country. I mean, there's L.A., and I mean for real, where in New York is such a different vibe. I went to Stamford, Connecticut this weekend. It's 40 minutes outside the city. It was almost like I took a plane ride to another country. The white people were so different from the metropolitan white people, which is only Chicago has metropolitan white people, L.A., and New York. The rest we have to depend on going into a voting booth when the curtain goes behind them and that thing goes shh, and pushing a button that says the black president, dude. I don't
even count.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
You shouldn't even count L.A. Don't forget San Francisco. I count more than
San
LA.
Francisco, absolutely. I mean, I'm going to miss a few.
Yeah.
I don't think Seattle's metropolitan, by the way. Too many white people. They don't have there's no mix. They have a downtown, but I'm talking about every corner of everywhere.
Boston, no way.
Boston is a separate town.
Sully in the game when that curtain is pulled back.
When that curtain's pulled back, we have to depend on enough white people to push that button. And I don't know if it's going to happen. That's all.
But if he's elected, it's going to come down to Whitey voting for him.
Yes.
You know that.
Yes.
And speaking of which, Stump Brain was telling me about a Simpsons episode that's happening. They got a good take on this whole thing.
Yeah, the Treehouse of Horrors is coming out for Halloween. It's just before the election. They leaked about 5 minutes of it. Homer goes in to try and vote for Obama, and every time he keeps pushing the button, it switches to McCain. And he pushes it about 5 times, and then the machine finally kills him. I'll post it.
That's great.
That's funny.
Yeah, we'll get that on onaradio.com.
That's my thing, fellas, on that. It's just I just don't know how many white people we can count on for real. When the curtains closed.
All right. Hey,
and that's it.
Palin
Don't know.
Stinks.
It's horrifying.
Before we missed the moment, we got the Simpson thing I just talked about, the audio. I don't know if it'll play. Maybe it's a better visual, but we'll find out.
Hello, I'd like to vote for president, governor, and anything that will take money away from our parks and libraries.
Use machine number 3.
Ooh, one of those electronic voting dealies.
1 vote for McCain. Thank you.
No, I want to vote for Obama.
2 votes for McCain.
Come on, it's time for a change.
3 votes for McCain.
No.
6 votes for President McCain.
Hey, I only meant one of those votes for McCain. This machine is rigged. Good. Bust down President McCain. This doesn't happen in America. Maybe Ohio, but not in America.
Right on, man. And then they put a "I voted" sticker on his head. Too good.
Oh, man.
Palin's whole, gosh darn it. Oh, Joe.
And if you notice...
Hate that.
Did you notice, Opie, at first, here's what she did. And this is another thing. The arrogant... People talk about why he picked Palin, right? Again, I'm talking from... And I'm only talking from gut. This is the problem. I'm only talking from gut. He picked... The way I see it, white people are arrogant to the highest level. He picked her just for a certain section of the votes. First of all, he doesn't believe he's going to die ever because his mama's still alive. So he thinks he's going to live to be 127. So to him, he's a teenager.
Well, that whole
doesn't matter.
That whole him dying in office from natural causes ain't
It's just not going to happen. His mama's still alive.
It ain't happening.
He still has a mama at 72.
A heartbeat from the presidency.
Holy mother. So the thing is with her is that she tried to be, and you can tell what happened during this thing. And I was angry at Weezy from the Jeffersons, who was moderating it, and didn't get in her ass. She actually told her,
"I'm writing a book about Obama.
I'm not going to answer your questions." Black lady.
She couldn't get on her too hard because she's got a book coming out.
Yeah. Nobody got on her too hard, except for your girl, Katie Couric. And she went from trying to know the issues, and they got her in the room and probably beat her with a stick and said, listen, here's what you do. You go out there and you get these dumb mothers who are looking at you like black people looking at Obama, just as a chick. Like, yes, yeah, I'm you. Stop trying to be smart. So that's why she went out there and went, I'm just, golly. And who wants a soccer mom as their president? Not even soccer mom. Here's the thing about the president. He should be better than you. Your president should be better than the citizens. I don't want my buddy as my president.
Neither do I.
I don't want a palsy-wowsy. And they talking about Obama comes off as good. He's supposed to come off as better than you. He's supposed to run the country. That's what he's supposed to do. You're not supposed to be. I don't want a dude that's like, man, he makes me feel like I'm a be in McDonald's and just kick it with him. Oh, man. Hey, O-Dog. Stop. Hey, yo, P.O. What's happening, man?
People who
I don't want that.
They're trying to find how Sarah Palin is good. People are making all these excuses for her. She sucks. She sucks. I get a lot of hate
Stinks.
emails over that. She sucks.
Yeah, she's
Like, on a real
dummy.
level, be honest with yourself for a second. It's awful. Like, at least look at all these other hardcore political broads, what Condoleezza and Pelosi and all, they would come in, and even Hillary, she comes in as what she is. She already has a political point of view. She already exists. She's not going to come in and try to figure it out. This girl is figuring out what she's going to be right in front of our eyes, and people are lying. People, what? I mean, let me ask you a question. Is it allowed for a Republican to go, she stinks, but I'm gonna still vote for her because I'm a Republican?
Yeah.
Or if Obama said, "Hey, look, let's call off the debates so we can deal with this." If Obama did that, would the Republicans go, "Oh, that scared Negro"? Like, can you just be honest for a second? Just a second.
Because that's how they operate. That's how politicians operate. It has nothing to do with like race or sex at that point. It's like, what can we do with race and sex to advance us politically?
This Palin situation, I really didn't want to follow how bad she is.
Yeah.
And my friend is when I found out that she has an African witch doctor and nobody is saying a word.
Well, we saw that it obviously didn't work. She probably did it 5 times, and the 5th time it kind of backfired. So let's just say that.
I'm with you, Jim.
Yeah.
Right there.
That was the wrong dance you did there. I'd like my money back.
The hell? It's raining, and I got a kid with a P. Rose haircut. What'd you do wrong here? You mixed up the witchcraft today.
Can you imagine if Obama had a Corky baby anywhere near his Corky? Can you imagine if he had a baby like that anywhere? A pregnant 12th cousin.
Now, if he
anywhere
had,
that was a teenager,
if he had a pregnant daughter out of wedlock, people would be going, "Oh, see how they are?
Here they go.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that
Dirty
one,
Pampers in the Oval Office."
But they turned it into like, look at the loving mom accepting the daughter, and of course the boyfriend. They'll be married. They're gonna get married.
Thank you. Can you at least? I'm gonna shut up about it. If somebody,
it's ridiculous.
Can admit, white people are phony. Just admit it, and I'll go.
One of the biggest.
We're all phony. I admit completely. White people are phony. You're right.
Thank you.
He's completely right.
Yeah,
thank you.
I'll definitely.
We all are.
That.
We all are.
But a bunch of phonies.
We're talking about y'all right now. What'd you say?
White people are phonier because you're right. They won't talk about Obama being black. They refuse.
Be honest for 5 seconds, would you?
Everyone's so. You know what it is, though. I'll tell you something, and I'll play the white devil's advocate here.
Which is redundant. Go ahead.
The phoniness.
Just say I'm playing the advocate now.
The phoniness comes from this fear we have to have to be politically correct because the repercussions cost you things like your job and stuff. And this is directly because of black leaders like Al Sharpton that
Are you
have put
victimizing yourself for being phony? Did you just victimize?
No, not me. I don't give a crap.
Al Sharpton,
but Al
for
Sharpton,
white people's phoniness.
People like Al Sharpton, and just we've been put in this position where we can't be honest lest we lose our jobs.
It all comes back to phony white people, though, Ant.
Well,
because Sharpton talks to these other phony white people, and they actually listen to him and Jesse Jackson instead of calling them out for things like Freddy's or for things like Hymietown. So that's, to me, it all goes back to phony white people.
Yeah, I know, but we just are put in this. I would love to have open dialogue where people could just all be honest. But
it'd be beautiful.
Just doesn't work. I think we'd have laughs about it. Like black people and white people get in a room and just start like really talking and being honest. I think both sides would just be laughing.
To just say 12 felony counts
and I don't mean in
of
prison.
Kidnapping.
It's not much laughter.
I'm going to get you. Please just say that. Just say after he has been found guilty of 4 counts of first degree.
Yeah.
You know, first degree felony kidnapping is hey, come here, Opie. Put you in a trunk, drive you somewhere, and then call your mama and say, "Give me $10 million for it." That is felony kidnapping.
First degree felony kidnapping
is felony kidnapping.
Planning
something
here's what
in
you get
which
right there.
you hold
You
someone
are white. You just
against their will.
Wikipedia. I'm talking from my balls, and you are reading it to the letter answer. Do you understand how white that is?
Wikipedia it.
Do you understand that that's the white thing to do is to
the
go,
law.
wait a second here.
The law.
What it says is...
What's the law?
It's not the letter. Let's talk real. What felony kidnapping is come here, I'm holding you hostage, give me some money. Not give me my stuff. I'm in your presence, give me my stuff. That's robbery. That's some type of coercion.
When you're holding
but it's
someone
not
against their
felony. Will you stop it?
Look, can you
not
let
felony
us have
kidnapping.
our day?
You can have
our day.
You guys
had it 14 years
back
ago.
in 95.
This is our day.
It's our day.
And let
We
me tell you
finally
something.
got him.
Roddy Piper says something. My favorite wrestler of all
Wow,
time.
you're quoting
Roddy
Roddy Piper.
He
Oh, wait,
said
we all better be quiet
He
here.
said
Yes.
just when he after he beat up this guy on Piper's Pit, just when you think you have all the answers, I changed the questions. And that's what white people do. When OJ got off, it was, hey, we need to change the judicial system. It's like as soon as a Negro, I had to say Negro,
Of course.
does something, white people go, we got to change the rules because we not happy. You change them. As soon as things ain't right, we have to change the rules.
No one changed the
'cause-
rules.
What?
Change them.
You want them to be changed, just like Obama.
But that's not the same
just
as
like they're
changing them.
trying. Just like they're trying to. You stupid.
I want a lot of things.
Just like this Ohio thing,
Yeah.
they're setting it up to have him had stole Ohio when Bush stole. Everybody knows. He fixed Florida, but now it's the old thieving
Patrice,
Negro.
Everyone knows the election comes down to what? 3 states? Is it Florida, Michigan, and Ohio for the most part?
Los Angeles too, and New York too, man.
Well, no, New York's already determined.
It's
This
fair
is
enough.
Obama, the
Yeah.
Obama state.
It's going to go Democrat in New York.
But it comes down to Ohio, Florida, and what?
Possibly Nevada.
Nevada? Really? Okay. But that's it. That's what the election is. They got to make sure they win Ohio. What? Did they say something like a president hasn't won an election without winning Ohio?
Forever.
Well, a Republican president. A Republican president.
Is that what it was? All right.
Yeah, not Democrat, because Democrats don't win Ohio necessarily.
Yeah. Hey, can we
No.
change gears for a second? 'Cause
Yes.
We got a great story here. We have another creepy landlord putting in peep cameras. And I think this is out of Ohio, matter of fact.
Of course it is.
So there's your segment.
Norton, you own some real estate in Ohio?
That's my goal in life is to buy a building and just rent it to girls really cheap. Really? $300 a month? Relax. It's handled.
Just have holes in the wall everywhere.
Oh, please.
you know.
Ignore that little camera by your toilet pointing up at you. Security.
Right out the toilet.
A Cleveland landlord is accused of being a peeping Tom. Dominic Butch Rodriguez faces charges he set up a camera in a bathroom used by his tenants, a mother and her teenage daughters.
I was getting ready for work, and she came to me and said, Mom, there's a camera in the shower. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
After making the discovery, the mother took a picture of the bathroom camera with her cell phone. Another photo of the camera has been filed with court papers. The woman rented an apartment belonging to Rodriguez. She says he told her she and her daughters would have to use the basement bathroom because of plumbing problems.
I think it's crazy. We don't know if we're somewhere on the internet, and I wouldn't know where to begin to look for something like that.
Cleveland sex crimes detectives say the camera was connected to an upstairs VCR. Investigators seized computers, CDs, and videotapes from Rodriguez.
All right. I blame the mother and daughter. And I'll tell you why. Look at this creep. Why would you live in one of his houses?
Yeah. He looks like Santa Claus.
Oh, my God.
Look at this cross-eyed Santa Claus.
He
looking
look from
dude.
here. I don't know if my eyes are good, but he looks like remember Blade, the first Blade, the thing that he burned with the light, the information. Do you remember the first Blade?
No.
Oh my God! Jesus! But where did he put the camera in the soap? Like
he had them in a special bathroom in the basement. First of all, that's a bad sign.
But where's the
basement.
hole at in the bathroom?
It's in the basement, so it's probably like a weird. He probably had it rigged a certain way in the corner on one of the tiles in the basement. He just said they'd use the bathroom in the basement because of plumbing problems.
All right, Norton, where would you put the camera?
Probably,
where would the camera?
I would put it in the ceiling fan, and I would have one in the. I would have black tiles and multicolored tiles with different patterns on them.
Distraction.
Distraction. I would have.
Yeah.
I would have
So it would
camera patterns on all of them.
It would be. camera with little eyeballs painted all over the tiles.
That's actually brilliant.
Are you enjoying your Canon wallpaper?
Right. Would I be crazy to have a camera hidden among all these?
Yeah, you might, pervert. You might.
Right, this camera wallpaper. A paper. I would go with the Scarface clock myself.
Yeah. With the 12 gone.
Yeah, you know.
The big, huge number 12 gone out of the
I'm
clock.
trying to think of where a camera could be that you would never like in your own house. Where have you never looked and go? Wait a minute, is there a camera right there?
It all comes down to what you are trying to accomplish with this.
Yeah.
Because I'd be happy with the booby shots myself. I don't need an upskirt.
If you're doing that, you need the full dirtiness. If you're just putting,
where would you go? I would have to go like
I'd go
chest level,
alarm keypad.
Where you'd never look.
Alarm keypad would be good.
I'm trying to think of my house and where I've never would. For
me,
there's no camera.
I'd put the camera under the condoms.
Now, vents aren't good. Someone's thinking at a vent. Vents aren't good. You see them. You can see that crap
because
in there.
I've taken dumps and I've just like sat there and just when you're taking a dump, you just look.
Yeah,
around.
Look around. Say, where can I put a camera?
Well, you can put it in the shower head. But you'd be suspicious because there's no water coming.
One little hole. There's no water coming out of it.
No water coming out
A red
there.
blinking light in your shower. Plus, they have to come off sometimes. You have to put it in something that's probably not going to be touched for years.
Permanent. It's got to something that's not going to be touched.
I'll bet you it was a lighting fixture in the shower. I'll bet you he had lighting fixtures in the shower,
like the recessed in the.
Because chances are he's the one who's going to be changing those bulbs anyway.
Yeah.
Or it was in a pattern in the lighting thing.
Big old 80s camcorder swinging from a cord.
Yeah.
That is strange.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. Patrice O'Neill.
Chuck Berry had it in the toilet.
That does nothing for me.
There's a Polaroid, too. It was really inconvenient. You had to keep sneaking in.
PatriceO'Neill.com. That's what we promote right now. Why not?
Yeah.
Hey,
for all your show dates.
Whatever.
Jimmy?
Hey, Boston. I think November 15th, the Wilbur Theater. I don't know if there's tickets available, but I think there might be for that third show, which is not sold out yet.
Oh, that's the new Comedy Connection, right?
Yes. Yeah. All right.
Friday Late Show.
And local hockey fans, stay right where you are. You got a chance to win some Devils tickets in moments. Stay there. Opie and Anthony. The show's flying by this morning. Opie and Anthony, Jim Norton, Patrice O'Neill. I got this for Patrice. We found it.
It's simple as this. Just when they think they got the answers, I change the questions.
I like that.
That's it. That's the great Roddy Piper, baby.
Oh, yeah. You following the baseball, Patrice?
No. But the Red Sox, I know one thing. If I was a Red Sox fan, I'd like to beat the dog doo-doo out of Manny. He just decided I'm not going to work, and then he went to Dodgers and became a Superman.
Yeah.
You're
right.
I'm not even into baseball. I know, man. This is how you know things is going when you don't care. This is how I know Wayne Gretzky is famous and Tiger Woods is famous because I don't pay attention to hockey or golf, and I know these guys exist. I don't pay attention to baseball, and I know what Manny's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Manny is a monster right now.
By the way, Gretzky retired about 10 years ago.
But I'm saying, when he played, you know what I mean?
I know.
Just the idea of, holy mother.
You never sat through a hockey game, but you know who Gretzky is.
I don't care about baseball
He's nailing this Manny thing. The Dodgers are just, they moved on. They beat the Cubs. And
by himself, he changed the scope of a team.
That was Boston being dummies once again, letting another high-profile player go.
He was being a jerk.
They hated him in Boston. They couldn't wait to get rid of him.
But he stopped playing. What am I going to do if he stops playing? If you come in here and you just stop being funny, what good are you, even though you're good?
I'll bet you it was because, and again, I'm not saying he's right to do this, but it was probably over ugly contract negotiations, and he knew that he was going to walk. I'm guessing, which I'm not saying it's right, but those dumbbells have let too many good players go.
This is why I'm not that upset about the Patriots. I think the Patriots do it. I think they just let people go, and they're reaping what they sow a little bit. They just let people go. They go with this team concept thing. They just let you walk away. But the Red Sox are doing well though. The Red Sox kind of don't need Manny right now.
Yeah, they're still in it. And the Patriots won as well.
Did they win last night?
Who?
The Red Sox.
Oh, yeah.
No, they lost.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Angels beat the Red Sox. You're right.
They did,
I'm sorry.
like, what, 12 innings or something?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's true. And then this dumb Brewers are out of it.
They should be, right?
The Phillies beat the Brewers, but I haven't seen like the Brewers play in years. And I remember the story.
Fielder's son plays for them.
Yeah, yes. And the game was on yesterday, and I forgot because I remember when the story came out. Remember the mascot used to kind of like slide into a big mug of beer, and the team's called the Brewers,
right?
So it made perfect sense, but the politically correct people out there, got that one too. So now he kind of like
it resembled a car accident.
He kind of jumps into a pool of water. It's not beer, and
comes out like Jim.
Why? but they took that away from the fans up there. That miserable place that is Milwaukee. They had one thing, the dumb mascot goes into his mug of beer.
That's ridiculous.
And they took that away.
Some teams aren't supposed to win. No one wants to see the Milwaukee Brewers.
No.
They're just a team that should just be around because you need teams to play. But to watch them go any further than
they're like the friggin' what is that? Who plays the Harlem Globetrotters?
Yeah,
but the Generals. Yeah.
The Generals. That's what they are. They're like the Generals.
Who needs? No one. They're just somebody to watch play.
Patrice, you're so right because I'm. Obviously we want to be in touch with the NFL and stuff, and I'm looking like. What games matter? And it's filled with a bunch of teams that are just there for other teams to beat.
Tennessee Titans are undefeated.
Right.
Really?
Right.
The old Houston Oilers are undefeated? No one cares. How about that?
Right.
How about who cares?
What are some of those teams? What are some of the teams that are just there for other people to beat them up?
The Buffalo Bills.
They're Buffalo. What are you, insane? 3-1.
They're there. They're again, Milwaukee Brewers were good enough to make it to be interesting. Buffalo Bills are a team to just
I strongly
watch play.
disagree with that one, but go ahead.
Who wants to see? That's why the gods of football wouldn't let them win when they went to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row. No one cares. No one wants to see the world champs Buffalo Bills.
It was the Illuminati. Nothing good can come out of the Bills winning the Super Bowl.
We want to see Chicago. We want to see L.A. Mm-hmm. We want to see Boston. Mm-hmm. We want to see New York.
Dallas.
Does anyone want to see
Miami?
Dallas is in there.
Dolphins, Cowboys, yes.
No, nobody cares. Nobody wants to see Miami. Even though Miami's good, but no one wants to see it.
There's better teams to pick on, like the Bengals.
The Bengals.
No, Cincinnati, they're there just so there's a lot of games to be played.
Let me tell you, Ohio deserves not a champion, except for Ohio State. No one wants to see Ohio win anything.
Why can't you give them a championship?
Fully.
You know how cold and miserable it is? Get the homeless zombies. Give them a championship.
Poor Cleveland does have nothing. They have a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's a bunch of homeless people.
And that shouldn't be there. They should cancel the lease and move that to somewhere where I can go see it.
You don't want to see it.
Football Hall of Fame should leave there. It should be in New York. Every Hall of Fame should be in New York. It should be someplace where people go.
Well, you don't like going to Springfield, Massachusetts?
That's what I'm saying. I watched the Hall of Fame induction ceremonies, NBA.
Right.
I'm going. There was like Pat Riley was on stage. His entire team came to see him, and all I kept thinking was, what hotel are they staying in? Are they in a Springfield Hilton?
That's some kind of comfort inn.
Where is AC Green sleeping tonight?
There's a bus waiting for them, and they go right back to New York.
No kidding.
Or they go to Boston.
They probably had to bring their own blankets and pillows to the comfort inn.
Is Magic Johnson at the Four Seasons in Springfield, Massachusetts?
No. They have a 2 seasons, not a 4 seasons. They don't have a 4 seasons.
That's all I can do is say,
ever been to Springfield?
Look at these suits. They don't even have one of those steamers in the closet.
Dude, I went once, and half the stuff was falling off the walls and stuff. It was an S-hole. Supposedly they pumped money into the thing and made it nice again.
This is the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I went. Like the pictures were peeling out of the plaques and everything. It was bad news.
And I'm gonna tell you, out of Hall of Fames, which is interesting to me, like again, I think it's an interesting concept because I mean, as a person, I don't respect the Hall of Fame, but I'm gonna tell you what Hall of Fame I do respect is baseball's Hall of Fame. They don't let you in. Like they don't play around. Like football kind of plays around and basketball plays around, but baseball, you can't get in. Unless you're for real. They just don't play
500
around.
home runs. You got to have certain things will get you in regardless.
Wow.
500 home runs is one of them. X amount of wins.
Well,
But they will keep a lot of people
But
out.
there's a reason. I went to the Baseball Hall of Fame probably 20 years ago. Back then, there wasn't room for all the guys. You had to go down hall after hall after hall.
There's not a lot of guys in the Baseball Hall of
They just
Fame.
don't have a lot of room anymore.
I mean, baseball's been around for, 110 years or something crazy? And, I mean, they won't let Pete Rose in. And again, just to let you know that I'm not a full-on racial guy.
Yeah.
Pete Rose it's just an injustice.
It really
to not let that man. I'm saying like this, even if he was betting, he's not being let in because he was betting.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say he was betting. He broke all these records and he was betting.
Right.
So if he was playing it straight, he would have 10,000 hits. He has more hits than anybody, and he was cheating.
Yeah.
But he was not cheating in terms of drugs. He was cheating and betting and still was the best player there was.
You can't have a Hall of Fame if the guy that has the most hits ever is not in it. It's stupid.
Just put him in.
His arrogance is what kept him out. Had he come clean a lot sooner and they would have eventually forgiven him.
It's
But he was
Stalinism.
such a prick.
It's like Stalin.
Well,
he did not exist. Make it like he never existed. Come on.
They should put him in the basement of the
Something.
at
least in the base. All right, here he is.
Pete, go downstairs.
Look, we
had to.
He's near the boiler.
He has that haircut like Chagall from No Country for Old Men.
That's a new one. Bill's 4-1. I just want to make that correction.
I'm just saying, no offense to Buffalo. I'm just saying it's one of those teams. Let's be honest. Here's the thing: people kill me with their loyalty to things that aren't loyal to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Cleveland's loyal to Cleveland, but they're not loyal to you. Just shut your face for a minute and think about it on a high level. I'm a Patriots fan. I'm a Celtics fan. But look, I've never been able to say this to Boston people. We've been losers. All of a sudden, we're this culture of winning. Boston stunk my entire life,
right,
in sports. For a stretch in the 80s, they were good in basketball. For a stretch in the 60s, 50s and 60s, I wasn't even born. Bill Russell and Bill Russell hates Boston because they treat him like a damn dirty ape. That's what Boston do, make you run out of there.
Yeah.
So he hates it. But they were good then. The Patriots stunk. My entire life, they stunk.
People forget.
The 85 Bears, they're still putting alcohol swabs on the beating that the Bears gave them. They lost to the Green Bay Packers. Drew Bledsoe got hurt, and Tom Brady, God bless him, comes in, and we win. But we're not a culture of winning. So, and the Red Sox, please don't be frustrated. There were people who had great-grandparents who were born and died of old age and did not see the Red Sox win anything.
And all of a sudden, Boston is walking around like, look, we're winners. With an attitude
culture,
like,
just be happy. You don't boo your people. Just be happy. We won. We're winners now. But remember, the Celtics we didn't win for 20
It wrecked everything, though.
Years.
It wrecked everything because then people didn't know what to do with themselves with the winning team.
You were born and graduated college.
Right. And you had nothing.
And never seen you know what I mean?
Let's go to Peter in Massachusetts. Peter?
Hey, you guys couldn't be more right about, or Patrice couldn't be more right about Springfield. That's where I live, and the city is such a joke. Right on the other side of where the Hall of Fame is, on the other side of the interstate, it's like crack central. You got Latin gangs selling drugs left and right. And it used to be, they tore it down a couple years ago, but there used to be a county jail right next to the Hall of Fame. So,
and a Greyhound bus station, right?
It's a joke.
Well, the county jail,
people all over the place.
They wanted to make it easy for the players to come and visit the guys that were getting in.
Oh, that's all I was doing. I'm watching Pat Riley go, thank you very much. I'm looking at Akeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, Adrian Dantley, all his players, and they were just sitting there, and I'm going, what?
It was a pretty impressive class.
Where at somebody's house? At some old lady's house who's made him a pie and said, come on in?
And you've never been there. It is. I don't understand why it's still in Springfield. It just should not
because
be
that's
there.
where it was invented. But
was Jabbar there?
Jabbar wasn't there, but he had everybody. Magic, he had everybody. Michael Thompson, James Worthy, they all were sitting there with their beautiful suits, and they didn't even have a hotel that could hang their suits properly.
No.
James Worthy have a prostitute with him? How do you not love Big Game James? Give me a hooker in Seattle, you.
You know he's in some smoking room because they ran out of room, so he's got to deal with someone else's cigarette smoke.
It's amazing where these Hall of Fames are. I'm never going to go to the Football Hall of Fame.
Hell no. Let's go to
Canton, Ohio, which is not even Cleveland. Where's Canton?
I wouldn't even be able to point out Canton on a map.
Who the hell?
For the God's honest truth. Lance in Cincinnati, how are you?
Lance! Pretty good, guys.
What's up, Lance?
Just a flare, Lance!
Dude, I grew up in Milwaukee, and we used to watch Bernie Brewer slide down that slide into the beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about political correctness. Now he just goes down a longer slide and waves a flag.
That's what he should do. Because Bernie Brewer is a douche.
And they're going to change the shape of his nose, too, by the way, soon. As soon as some mom goes, that looks like a thingy-majiggy. Because you've seen that mascot, right?
Yeah.
It's got some funny...
I won't look at him.
Phallic nose?
Uncircumcised face.
Look, there he is with the big, ridiculous, over-the-top yellow mustache.
I would actually turn away from the TV when the Brewers are so inconsequential. They just threw them in the National League. They're like, you're not American leaguers anymore. What do you mean the pitchers have to hit?
You know what, Jimmy? You're right.
But that's what I'm saying.
There used to be an ALT.
Don't get angry if you're Milwaukee. Like, these people who are so devoted to fighting for their town. It's like, look, just don't. Pittsburgh stinks as a town. But stop. But the Steelers... I don't know why they're great and why you want to see them win, because Pittsburgh itself is kind of one of those. If it wasn't for the Steelers, you would go, who wants to see?
The Brewers have a great stadium, though. Did you watch any of the games? It's a sick-looking stadium. All right, Lance.
It's freaking giant.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, Matt Mann from Marblehead, Mass. He writes, BS, Patrice, 4 teams from Boston have won more championships than any other city in the last 50 years. But a lot of it happened before our lifetime.
Yes.
The Celtics were winning
11 championships from 50. I don't know the exact dates, but it was Bill Russell and Bob Cousy.
The Celtics were
that
winning.
whole time. They didn't win after that.
That doesn't count because they were they had the 2-hand set shot.
Thank you.
They were white guys throwing hook shots.
Dunking was illegal.
They're wearing short shorts because they can, because there weren't no African players yet.
It was only 2 black people in the whole NBA.
That was a
and
small
2 of them
picture,
was on the Celtics.
Yeah.
And the Red Sox have never won, by the way. Let's stop that. And then the Patriots. What is he talking about?
Well, a lot of Celtics victories.
Well,
but there were also 6 teams in the league.
Okay, my lifetime, the Celtics won 81, 84, 86. In 1981, 84, 86. I'm 38 years old. I was a young man. Now I got to get my prostate checked. Since the Boston Celtics had won a championship. Since.
Wow.
Stop.
You need to check. I know a dominatrix. It's a heck of a rate.
Nice poke as it falls on the floor.
Or you don't mind being spit on while it's checked.
What were you saying about dominatrix, by the way, during the break, Jimmy?
Oh, just before that, I think it's a good time to go see one, because they're right now, they're running for their lives because they're busting some of them for being prostitutes, which most of them aren't. But yeah, they said business down 70% in New York.
Down 70%.
So if you have a
wait a minute, it's a crime to just stomp on somebody's
No,
nuts?
but I guess they were defining certain things as prostitution. Maybe a couple of them were straying, but they were getting everybody.
So if I pay, the argument is, if I pay you to punch me in my nose, that's not prostitution.
Oh, it's not. It's actually not. But I mean, a couple of them would probably go over and do more than they were supposed to.
Yeah. But you can pay a prostitute to do what a dominatrix does.
Not as well, though. Prostitute will be awful. The Dom is good.
Well,
Dom has a lot of
that's
years.
why you have to say,
I'm not really into
spell
that
it out and
much.
say.
Are you into that?
What?
Not most
dominatrix
of them.
Not at all. Not one iota. When we have them on the show, sometimes we laugh, and they're like, okay, which one of you is going to be my bitch? Yeah. I get the whip, and I'm just like, shut up! I could turn around and snap your neck.
I don't have any guilt.
Like, I'll just
don't kick me in my scrotum. I'm not a guilty guy. I didn't do nothing to nobody.
I don't have guilt.
I don't fire people from their jobs, and you want me to stomp in my guts? No.
I don't like this empowered, friggin' violent, empowered chick thing.
I don't like my nipples pinched hard. Like, I don't like none of that pain.
Yeah, I'm gonna whip you, but I'm gonna show you, and then I'm gonna hold back and not give you any. Shut up. Lay down and take it.
You ever have a good dom spit
Take
in
it
your
like a
mouth?
man. I mean,
Good dom holds your face and spits in your mouth properly. It
Oh,
can be very
God.
sexy, I'm telling you.
Spit it right back at her.
It can be.
How can that ever be
It's
sexy?
the
kidding me?
The humiliation
I'm
thing.
being
Wait,
totally
Norton,
serious.
what did you do?
Fantastic.
Why do you feel
You like to go
guilty?
spit in your mouth?
Why do you?
No, I don't.
No. But what you're into is humiliation. But why?
Yeah.
What did you do? What is your problem?
I'm into that as one thing, but I'm also into humiliating. I'm also into all of it. It's like when you're hooked on something, you just go for all. It's like drinking. Like, you can't say why you're hooked on vodka.
I understand what you're saying, but there's being humiliated is a whole it's a guilt thing. It's like, what did you do to feel guilty about so that somebody can do certain things to you?
I don't know if it is a guilt thing, though. I really don't know, or if it's just once you've done so many things, you just got to keep reaching and keep finding other things to extend it.
But that's pain, though. That
I'm not
dominatrix
into
thing.
pain.
You're not into getting
No.
kicked in the kicked?
No, I'm not even a submissive, really. Lightly, I'm a light submissive.
You get tied up and all that?
No.
What's the spitting in the mouth, though? I really don't get
Kiss. Spitting in the mouth is like a kiss.
I'm not against.
No. I said
I
that's
would.
different. When you're kissing and you change and spit, it's different than her spitting in your mouth.
Man,
Yeah, I'm not against
It's
that.
like
I'm not against
wait. You swallow spit all day long. It comes out of your friggin' saliva, your salivary glands, and you swallow it. But you wouldn't spit in a glass and then drink it.
No, I wouldn't do that.
That's kind of
right.
But it's the
And look at
exact
Stunt Brain
same
trying
thing.
to look at Stunt Brain. He's trying to have that yucky, but he's a middle-aged white guy. You know he's into all kind of disgust. He's disgusted.
This guy's had some clamps on him
I know his
before.
wife is probably in the trunk right now. He lets him out when he gets home from.
As long as the dom has
Nipple
good breath,
clamps.
good breath very important, but good breath and mouthful of spit. Oh my God!
Does it feel like a slug or anything?
No,
Just
man.
It's just you know what I like.
Comes
That's
over
the
and
same
spits in her
reason.
mouth from her last client.
I like women. I like to watch girls. Mess with my nipples, lick my nipples. Watching girls do creepy stuff is really sexy. Just watching them do just stuff they can't do. Like
Yeah.
we could be dirty right now, and they expect it, but girls just gotta be girls all the time. And when you can get them to just do something horrifying. I told you that time. I just in England. I just saw a girl go behind a dumpster and just pee.
Oh yeah.
My body was shaking. I don't know why I was so horny watching it.
That's
just
like some
was
kind of
something I
animal
wasn't supposed to.
instinct
I
that
don't know
takes
what the
over.
hell that was.
And it was different.
Yeah.
And most doms, I'll say this, that I've met were not particularly good. But the ones I've met that were good.
Norton's such a businessman about it. You see his face.
Yeah.
But I mean, the ones I met that were
Not good.
A woman who's really good at being a dominatrix. And I mean, the subtle stuff, like owning you sexually. A good dom can own you sexually, because that's what every man wants. We want a woman who we like, who can make us want to have sex. I don't mean own you by spanking you, dominating you.
Ultimately, they're the E. And when I say that, I can't. They're the
FE.
The FE. When it all boils down to it, they're the FE.
When you're laying on the bathroom floor, you don't look at it that way. You just open and swallow what you've been instructed to do.
God.
I mean, I don't know what you would do. Maybe you're belligerent. I'm a man who listens. Maybe you don't know how to follow instructions.
You don't want to be impolite, right?
Of course, why would I?
Yeah.
I got bad when I get stuff all over my own floor.
Oh God damn! I just don't get it. I watched the video of this guy, this old man. It was just two teenage girls just kicking him in his crotch.
Wow!
And he just shaking with love. I just
digging
was
it.
Like I don't, man.
Just loving it, right?
You don't even breathe hard next to my groin. Don't even cough near. Be very careful.
That's the music. We got to get out of here. Patrice, thanks for the energy today. We greatly appreciate it. We're going to continue on Sirius XM Satellite Radio.
Yes.
Jimmy's heading to JFK, right?
Oh, Jimmy.
Y'all packed up right now, Jim?
Yeah, I
Look,
got
his suitcase is right there.
Flight. I got the Tonight Show tomorrow, and then Chelsea Handler on Wednesday.
How could you have the Tonight Show tomorrow? It's tonight. But it's tomorrow.
Are you on tonight?
I'm on tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
You doing some stand up or you just straight sit down?
Just panel.
Straight to the couch.
Look at that.
Jim.
That's
Damn.
I'm very happy.
We'll see Jimmy later this week, all right?
I'll be back Thursday or Friday, yeah.
We look forward to the stories, my friend. All right. That's it.
All righty.
That's all we got.
Oh, by one more thing. The Down and Dirty that aired is on demand as of tonight. People have been asking me who missed it. It's on demand tonight, the Artie Lang episode. And next week is Jim Jeffries, Dice, and Kevin Shea. And Patrice is either in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Nice.
And
we didn't get to Andrew. Cleveland also has the Poker Hall of Fame and the Softball Hall of Fame.
delicious.
Softball Hall of Fame. Almighty.
We leave with Patrice. What are we promoting, Patrice?
Addison, Texas, which is like the Dallas Improv, I think they're calling it.
Yeah.
That's the Dallas. It's the Dallas Improv. I'm there this weekend, Thursday through Sunday.
Very cool. All right, have a good day.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Let's rock. Sirius XM Satellite Radio. Patrice O'Neill has made the walk.
You say that so easy now. Sirius XM Satellite Radio.
Which means now they'll change the name of the company.
Yeah.
I think the name change will happen. I really do.
Yeah, you think they're going to change it to something that rolls off the tongue a little easier than that?
I think XM makes more sense than Sirius, but Sirius, had the hostile takeover, so they're not going to use their name.
They're the honcho.
My God, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to pot up? Sarah Palin's talking live right now.
Oh, is she?
Could be good, could be bad. Let's see what she's doing right now.
Well, a lot of applause. They load the audience up. That's what they do with these things.
Well, why would that work?
They don't let. They don't leave it to chance.
Because that's the PC sound.
Oh, cable. That was my fault.
Oh,
thanks, Dan.
Oh.
You guys. Thank you.
The applause. They load these audiences up.
Senator McCain.
Oh.
Senator McCain served our nation in uniform for 22 years. 5.5 years he was a POW. In fact, it was after graduating from the Naval Academy. He was stationed right here in Florida. That's where he learned to do what he does here in Florida.
Pick shitty vice presidential candidates.
In Florida, it was in your skies that he trained to become a naval aviator. And Senator McCain is proud to have been part of Florida's strong tradition of military service. And today, we're proud of all the Floridians who have worn our country's uniform. Your state is home to millions.
Millions. And I like your oranges.
Florida is home to millions of our veterans and many of our nation's active duty soldiers and airmen. And they continue to keep our nation strong and secure.
Behind her
and I know that here in the audience there are veterans, there are those who are serving today. Would you do me the honor? Raise your hand. Let us applaud you.
Oh, stop, you phony fuck.
She's like the easy pickup in a bar.
Oh, hell yeah.
You can just talk.
So, and she's getting a little drunk.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, you can talk circles around her.
Yeah.
Thank you, and we love you guys.
Oh, it's a big flag behind her made of people's shirts.
Oh, wow.
See what they did? See what they did there?
Should we bail on
In
this?
just 29 days,
see what she says.
It will be the time for choosing in this election. And here's how I look at the choice that we face.
Oh, here we go.
In politics, there are some candidates
white people or
change to just promote their careers. And then there are those
Look
leaders
behind Obama.
like
His
John
is
McCain
of a bunch
who
of black
use
kids
their
shaped as a
careers
fist.
to promote change.
That's Obama's flag. His flag is a fucking a knife cutting a white woman's throat. That's what his
This
flag's
is a
made out
moment
of.
when principles and political independence matter a lot more than just the party line. As Senator Lieberman just told you, it matters a
Herr
lot more
Lieberman.
than just the party line. John McCain is his own man. He doesn't
I
run
hope
with
so.
the Washington
Whose man are you?
herd. And he and I don't just talk about change. We're the only candidates in this race with a track record of actually making change happen.
Really? See, by change, I think Obama means a black guy in the White House. That's something you can't compete with.
As mayor and as a governor, I reminded people that government is not always the answer.
Reading from Whackbag.
In fact, government
She's
too
like the
often
leader
is
of a
the
pledge
problem.
drive.
Yeah.
We got
Get back to the
basics,
show.
And we put government
Send me my
back
tote
on
bag.
the side of the people.
What?
As mayor,
You did?
I eliminated taxes on personal property.
All right.
And I
You did?
You know what?
eliminated taxes
In
on
4 years,
small
she's going to be worth $1 billion from all the earrings she sells on Home Shopping
Oh.
Network.
Let me show you my new brooch
Yep.
that I came out with. It's a vice presidential loser brooch.
Hey, and where are you at with this? Because I know you don't like this. broad.
I'm voting for the president of the United States.
I understand that. I understand that.
I'm not
but
voting for this bitch or stupid fucking a leaky sprinkler, veins in his head Biden. I'm voting for the fucking president. And I think McCain is more my speed than Obama is.
Yeah.
I'm not gambling on who's going to croak in the fucking White House. You know? What happens? Yes, sir?
I'm really enjoying
your food, obviously.
I'm sorry.
Besides that.
Good stuff.
Is that watermelon?
I don't eat watermelon. I'm white. I eat grapefruit.
Jesus. That's the oldest racist joke in the book.
I know. Well, I went with the swimming one, too.
Fried chicken. Good, but...
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yes, sir?
Yes, yes.
Anthony's cooling down a little.
What do you mean?
Did you hear that?
What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was the same hate rhetoric, but...
Right.
A little...
Same hate rhetoric. Don't want to confuse that.
A little less inflammatory. It's more like a...
Yeah.
It seems like a... This is what I got.
I'm almost a beaten man at this point.
You really are.
I feel...
did you feel that a little bit, Hope?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, fuck that. I'm not voting for... See how you kind of... It's like, I'm not sure what the profile is, but you hate her. Now you're like,
I don't
fuck
like
that.
her.
You wanted to just completely, but intrinsically, you're an honest man.
I try.
And you couldn't deal with the lie of supporting...
No, I'm not going to sit here and go, she makes the great vice presidential candidate. She doesn't.
So you had to invent a new thing that I'm voting for the president. But let's be honest, you're voting for the ticket.
No, I'm voting
she
for
will
my...
be your president if you vote. If you're voting for him as president, you're also voting for her to be your president. Just in case.
It's a gamble. It's a crapshoot here. It's a gamble. I'm not going to bet on him dying in the next 4 years. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm betting he stays alive for 4 years in the White House. She does not become president.
By the way, stop with the hot shit with her. Her stomach probably looks like
lasagna.
Tire tracks.
Oh, squirting all those kids out.
Oh, it looks like a horror film, the end of a horror movie.
Yeah.
That's what her gut looks
like.
Just
awful.
Just a stretched out belly.
I am tired of that fucking hairdo. I am tired of that beehive on her fucking head. Let that hair down.
When are they going to interview this bum of a husband that she has?
That's what I want to hear. Not a peep. Not a peep out of that guy. Because he's probably a dolt. An Alaskan fucking snowmobile riding
those kids
dope.
on his? I don't think all those kids are his.
Oh, gee. Well,
come
he
on,
probably ain't claiming the last one.
No, I'm saying, I think, I'm not positive sure. I think that he's a stepdad type of dude.
Really?
Like, I don't think that all the kids are his. Like, not saying that she's cheating. I'm saying that
she had kids with someone else.
I think
we would know that by now.
I
don't think that came out, did it?
You got to look at MediaTakeout.com.
Oh, boy. What is that?
One of those militant sites?
Media Takeout is like the Black TMZ. It's very popular.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I like the TMZ. I got to check it out.
Black TMZ. It's a fucking... You should type it up, man. The Black Media Takeout, man. It's very... It's fucking... It's very...
Media Takeout,
guilty pleasure, man. They'll tell you all the black news.
It's black news or black celebrity crap, all that?
Black celebrity, but they'll throw in some shit about white people just to make sure people know about it.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I've been going to a lot of sites, too. Different sites. I go to like Aryan Nation sites and things like that, and just to see what they're thinking. Like, I want to know.
That's what every guy that goes there says.
I want to know because, like Patrice says, this white phoniness that's going around with Obama. Yes, I'm voting Obama, and there's just this overall phoniness. I want to see what the racists, the hardcore fucking racists, are saying about this.
Have you ever met a reasonable racist? Meaning, like, okay, I have a reasonable discussion about race, and I'm racist.
Yeah.
Like, not like these frothing at the mouth guys who actually will go, he's kind of good. I like him, but he's a nigga.
I've heard reasonable racists.
Anthony Cumia.
Oh, thank you. Like, there's the skinheads that are just in a, stomping on heads and stuff like that, and that. That's just the company line there with them. But then there's the people that really that motivate those people through this, with what is obviously hate speech, but they do it in a way that's very articulate.
It's very difficult to deal with. You know what it is with white people? There's no, it's hard. It's no gray area racist. Like, meaning it's either you're a fucking animal.
Balls out, fucking, like, yeah,
with
head
tattoos
stomping.
on your eyelids of
Yeah, right.
somebody choking Thelma from Good Times on your back. A tattoo of somebody raping Thelma from Good Times. Or you're a guy who's never even thought the word in your life.
Yeah.
There's never a conversation, like that middle area, racial, which is my thing, where there's racist and then there's racial.
Is that racist light? Racial? What is it? Because I hear you use it a lot, but I don't really know what you mean by it.
I think racist is, I fucking hate you cause this, even if cause this is not legitimate. I think racial is, you've had life experience. You've had, like, for me, Asians, it's a racial thing with me.
Okay. Yeah.
If I've met some, and I'm gonna be honest, they're usually in San Francisco, the Fast and the Furious ones, who are not the ones I don't like. And the ones when I deal with the ones I don't like, or even the Indians, the fucking Hindus, you know, I don't want anything bad to happen to them. It's just, I go, oh, God. You like sometimes, like Indian women, and I'm just being honest, man, the look they have, like, for me, I will be the villain to white people. Like, I go, that's the way it is, I'm gonna deal with that. I don't like being the villain to some raggedy Indian woman who has these awful clothes, these giant genie pants, and this culture that treats them like dog shit. And I'm the villain.
And you're the bad guy.
Your husband, look at your husband stinks. He's wearing, you know, he has
dress.
A top hat with pajama bottoms on. Your kids are dressed all, and you're looking at me like I'm the villain of this country, which is, I think, what the media does to niggas, where it's like I'm the villain to these third world motherfuckers, and they treat me how white people treat me. Like, I don't want to go get treated like by a fucking the 14-year-old girl that's the daughter of the guy that owns the Chinese restaurant, and she treats me like shit. She can't speak English, but she's frustrated because she can't understand that I don't want onions in my motherfucking chicken fried rice. You understand what I'm saying?
Are you still being treated like shit, though?
Like dog.
Are you really?
Shit.
Purely based on race?
But purely based on race. That's why I treat and this is the training being in Boston. Being in Boston give me this training. I know how to be a smarmy cocksucker. I know how to annoy white people, not just by being like a big black motherfucker walking down the street trying to scare you, but I really know how to look at you and go, ugh, I'm just better than you. I know how to treat white people like shit. I know how to be smarmy. I know how to be condescending. I know how to be arrogant, and I know how to go, ugh.
That's a smart way to
Today, walking out the door,
get back at him.
This little passive aggressive little white girl or whatever she was coming in with her I got to get to work card, and she was coming straight ahead, and I guess she thought I was supposed to move out her way. Did not happen.
Ooh.
And I didn't go big nigger style on her.
No.
I went not moving. And I did the I shoot her.
Shoot her with your hand
around.
like shoe.
Say, go that way.
Go away.
Ugh.
Yucky.
Did she give you the look?
Did she look at you all?
Like she was thinking the N-word inside?
Guaranteed she was
Absolutely.
thinking it. She was thinking it.
Because ultimately she feels protected, which she should. Nothing going to happen to her.
Not there,
but I enjoy ruining the day. And here's the thing. I guess if you had to ask me something that really bothered me about society right now, really bothering me, is the willingness, and we, the $700 billion buyout, the banks closing, the this and the that. You know who a lot of responsibility is? Us. If the president says, all right, look, America, you get ready to get fucked. You need the help of Americans to fuck America.
Yeah.
And the idea that there's so many people willing to fuck another person, to tell another person you're fired, to tell another person that it's going to cost you $500 a month for health care and you only make $1,000 a month. So you probably won't be able to get health care. For somebody to tell another motherfucker, we're going to take some of your 401k. The president can't do that. A fucking cocksucker. One of your peers, one of your compadres has to push a button or call your home and threaten to take your house. Another person, another human being that hides behind, I gotta feed my family. Do you think taking food out of another family's mouth ultimately helps your family? You fucking idiot. You're just down with the system. And I say this, who is worse? Who is worse? A guy who goes, you know, I don't like Jews. I want them all dead. But I need some help. I need a whole bunch of motherfuckers to help me kill the Jews.
Right.
And there's a line of motherfuckers willing to do that. The people who are willing to fuck other people. Like, the president can say anything. Now, if you say, take this motherfucker's money or you're fired, right? And I go, nah, I can't do this. All right, you're fired.
Then
the
fired,
next
right.
person takes it, and you go, nah. If we, at some point, and I know this is ridiculous because it's just,
could never happen,
it's not true.
Right? Yeah.
But if we stopped fucking each other for just as something as bullshit nobility as my job. Your job is to call my house and threaten to take it from me. Your job is to tell me that, okay, there's something I call pre-existing. I got diabetes, right? So I didn't have health insurance. I would just pay my medicine straight out, go to the doctor, pay for that. So I got health insurance. These motherfuckers tell me, this is somebody's job. Tell me, the pre-existing condition is you can't get health care if you already got some shit.
Which is just amazing, by the way, if you break it down.
So
that's the whole reason you need
I
these
gotta
people.
wait for a year with
Right.
the disease that I have
Right.
before I can get help with my disease.
They want to make sure you're not really fucked up.
You know, can we slow that point down just a second? Because that is amazing. The whole
Yeah.
reason you have health care is to try to get healthier if you do have something, but they have come up with a way not to treat people that actually need
It's like, we're the
treating.
insurance company, so you pay us money,
Right.
and then if you need medical care, we pay for it.
Right.
Okay. No, but if you have anything, we
Right.
don't. We want healthy people to pay us so we never have to pay out. We just want you to pay in.
I want to really just take some time with this.
And there's
How
a
did this
person,
get done in
there's
America?
a fucking person that you call,
Yeah.
and that motherfucker's job is to tell you that.
to tell you, well, you
At
could.
the airport, there's somebody's job to tell you you got to pay $100 more to bring your bag
Your
on,
bag, yeah.
because it's 60 pounds, it's not 52 pounds.
Right.
Your job
Right, the plane-
is to tell me that.
And the plane's still going to fly with the
But-
luggage.
Your job is to fuck other people.
But it's like you
That's why
said.
we're losing.
But it's like
That's
you said.
why we're losing.
But it's like you said. If they don't do it, then they lose their job.
That's the
And
whole
so-
idea.
Yeah.
But your family, if you're willing to fuck my family for the sake of a company that's fucking my family, your family safe? You
It's
fucking
not
idiot.
for that moment. People just live moment to moment.
Fucking
So,
stupid.
yeah, if your job is to fuck somebody else over to keep your family in food and shelter, people are going to do it.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, you don't think of it like, they're another human being or that. It's a company asset that has to be, or a detriment.
But that's
a
what
liability.
happened to this guy, the cop that killed himself, that taser. He had his humanity after the fact. He sat there, he go, God damn, this guy died for the sake of his job. And I understand, I was talking about tasers. People are having heart attacks from these fucking tasers.
Yeah.
Look, I got high blood pressure. I'm almost 40. And I can understand, don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me, you other guy that's just like me. You're not better than me. You're not you just took this job and now you have domain over my life to decide my fate.
Well, then lay the fuck down.
But people are laying down, dude. People are really saying, don't tase me, bro. Motherfuckers are rampant with the tasering. There's a taser problem.
It's people that yell "Don't tase me" while they're still resisting.
Man, fuck that. Do you think
I've
Rodney
not
King
seen
was,
one
do you
video.
Think Rodney King was resisting?
Fuck yeah!
I wish you know what? I wish I had a
Rodney King
taser.
was a resisting motherfucker.
What the part when
especially the beginning of the part that wasn't videotaped.
Reginald Denny was resisting too.
Yeah,
he was moving. He should have just laid
dummy.
down.
Dummy should have fucking plowed through. He should have road warriored those motherfuckers with the front of his truck.
You got to give it some time though. The tasering thing it's a new instrument. It's fun, so they're using it. Yeah, a couple more years go by.
Fun.
Motherfuckers are dying, and now the police are killing themselves.
These guys get
because of that guilty conscience.
These guys get the new weapons, and you have fun with it for a while.
But this motherfucker had
It's called less lethal, not non-lethal. By the way, that's what you know. Some people are going to die.
And those fucking bean bags that come out of guns and fly as hard as a bullet.
Fucking take out that girl's eye in Boston after they won the.
Oh man!
Remember that shit? Fucking cop blasted her with some shotgun with a beanbag. It went right through her fucking eyeball.
I thought they had every right to taser that guy. The cops don't have all day to wait for the problem to take care of itself. They're busy people.
But evidently,
they didn't do it
if it was righteous.
But they didn't do it thinking
he wouldn't
that
have killed
they
himself. That guy wouldn't have killed himself if it was a righteous call.
No, there's a whole thing going on. We could get the NYPD on. We did a whole discussion about this.
Oh,
the
did you
guy's
really?
life was fucked because he was going to lose his pension and everything else.
Because of that situation?
Yes. He was going. He was
some
losing everything.
Guilty
because
feelings
of that.
too. The guy said,
I mean, come on, that was
said,
a little depression, man.
The guy we talked to said, 99% of the time, that guy would have fallen off that little awning thing and landed on his fat ass, and they'd have cuffed him, and it would have been over. He landed on his fucking head perfectly to kill him. He wasn't even that high up. If you look at it, he's on he's on those metal grates, the top of the metal grate they pull down in front of stores in bad neighborhoods. That's where he fucking was. So he falls off, cracks his fucking head open, and now this guy feels guilty about it. Yeah, he feels guilty about it.
Yeah, he felt guilty.
That's natural.
I'm not going to say this motherfucker should have blew his brains out, but he
let me
felt
tell
some guilty. But you know why? Wait a minute. I'm going to tell you what the guilt is. The guilt is the fact that somebody gave you a job. Let's say the meter maids. Somebody gave you a job that, you have domain over my life. And you make a decision, dude, to be godly about it. You make a decision to fuck me because you have the power to fuck me, and you love it. The toll people, like you just drive through and you just go, your job is to tell me that I'm paying $8 when I was paying $4 yesterday. That's your job. Hey, it's just my job. But it ain't just their job. You know it, Anthony.
But they didn't make the fucking rate. I don't like them either.
I know cops that police work is their job. And they have an ethic about it, and they're nice dudes, man. And I know some motherfuckers, it ain't their fucking job.
They're just in it for the,
it's
head
in it
bashing or something.
for the Torah, man. And that's the terrible thing, is that if you're not lucky enough to know Kenny or know Keith or know motherfuckers that I know in the hood, if I don't know how to make this man's face mean something to me as opposed to some cop. Because there's a lot of motherfuckers that the police are just some cop. So this guy who kills himself, a lot of motherfuckers can't go into, oh man, this dude's family, they did this to, all they look at is good. That's the OJ verdict. A lot of people, black people don't give a fuck about OJ. It's just like, oh, thank God a nigga beat the system. It's just, it really, black people are willing to take away that humanity part, which is the right and the wrong, just to get a little goddamn something out of this.
Well,
it is what it is.
We got our something the other day. So
that's what I'm saying.
It works both ways. Now we're like, all right, finally, yay.
Yeah.
Hey, go into your... Oh, they hung up. God damn it, I wanted that call, too. Some guy called. His wife had to collect money from cancer patients. I don't know the exact reasoning of that, and she had to quit the job because she just couldn't do it anymore.
Oh, really? Yeah, probably some kind
Going
of
with your
insurance
point,
thing.
where her whole job is to not only fuck over people that are dying.
Some people can't take. Yeah, some people can't take those jobs. They get hired, and they just, and others, they're made for it. I mean, I bringing race into it again. When you get a black woman on the phone, when you are looking for help, you are not going to fucking get help. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. You're not fucking getting help. And I don't know why that is, but...
You know what the best helpers are on the phone? Are, first, black guys I'm telling you. Black guys, because we don't give a fuck, but we're going to do our job to the point where we need to do it well. And white guys.
Yeah.
I think women...
He's kind of onto something.
Women as
not much disagreement
as
there.
service people are the
Awful.
worst. All women.
It's a power thing. They
Black
don't-
women just bug you.
Black women,
and I hate the ones that try to sound white, like, man, have me, man, this is Citibank, man, this is Carlotta Citibank, may I help you? And man, have I been helpful at the end of this call? No, bitch, you haven't been helpful. I try to make life miserable for motherfuckers who make life miserable for me.
Here's my nightmare when I'm on the fucking phone.
Did you unplug the box for 5 minutes and then plug it back in?
That's cable.
Yeah, I did that. I know that part.
Of course
That's
I
like
did.
the first thing I do every time.
That's the only thing I know.
Did you pull a card out the front and then put it back?
Yeah, I did all that too. Can I speak to a tech guy that does this?
Somebody better than you,
Yeah,
bitch.
I need someone better than you that knows knows the machine. Do you know the machine I'm even talking about and what's inside it and how it works and what? That's the guy I need to talk to. A tech, someone that went to school for it.
I used to say, Miss, are you, let me ask you a question. You won't help me or you can't help me.
Yes.
Just tell me which one it is.
Yes. Yeah.
If you can't help me, then that's cool.
Yeah.
But is it, you won't help me?
Help me.
You fucking asshole.
And they always end
and
up
they
going.
read the computers. That's all they're doing.
Look, you don't need to start talking like that to me.
Calm down, sir.
They know that all because they know they've been run through that 20,000 times.
You don't need to, and I hate being told to calm down when I'm not uncalm. Like,
Yeah.
Sarcasm is not evil.
You need to fucking wait until I really jump on your ass to pull out the calm down. We ain't close to that yet.
Oh,
could you please calm down, sir? Calm.
I
was fucking talking.
I'm not even.
Now
I'm
I'm pissed. Now I'm pissed. Now I'm pissed.
Don't
You
tell me to
fucking
calm-
bitch.
Yep. I call him stupid. Stupid is my favorite thing.
Hey, stupid.
And I say, what shitty part of America are you from? Because there's always somebody from Louisiana answer my fucking phone. And I'm like, you don't even I said, I don't trust you having my credit card number when I'm giving it over the phone.
As you're hearing the clicking of a computer thing, you get like,
So how's the weather in New York?
do you think I want to fucking discuss the weather with you? Type faster. Whatever you're doing to fucking tell me the wrong answer.
That's their job.
Yeah.
They feel comfortable, like the TSA. I mean, I go, like I said, I go to the airport. If I have a flight at 8 at night, I go to the airport at 4.
Right.
Because I know I'm an asshole.
There's problems.
I practice being an asshole at the airport. It is what it is. I try to find out what you can do and what you can't do at the airport. What I know...
He's doing recon for everybody.
What I do know is this. You can't say nothing about bombs.
No, never.
Can't fuck around with bombs. Can't fuck around with I'm going to do the... What you can do is insult them. What you can do is say, boy, you're stupid. What you can do is choose to take a full body search if you don't want to dress butt naked. I had to take my belt off one day, and I go get your supervisor, because I want to see the rules. Tell him to bring the rules, too. I want to make sure.
Oh, shit, you're that guy.
I'm that guy.
There's not many of you.
I'm
You're
a
a rare
middle-aged white guy at the airport, Jack. I want to see the book. Here comes a guy. Here's what the fear is at the airport. Two things they use. One, you got to fly. You got to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
So that's why I go 18 hours before
So you're
I
on a
fly.
time constraint.
2 is your lack of understanding for what power they have. The guy comes over and he says to me, your job is to do what we tell you. I said, that's not my job. Get out of my face.
Oh, shit.
Get out of my face. I'm serious. Get out of my face. That's not your job. Your job is not to tell me what to do. Your job is to keep me safe. Now, this guy told me to take my belt off, and I'm telling you this because this is the real me talking about it. But at the airport, I'm like, that's not your job. I'm arrogant.
Yeah.
I'm really white guyish. I go because I travel a lot. some places tell me to take my belt off. Some people don't. I want to see where it says that I have to remove my belt. Where does it say that? That I have to remove my belt. My job is not to tell you. So I go, your job is to get somebody else that can help me then. Because he was a nobody. So he had to get another girl. Now, here's, little girl there. And I'm not even looking. Anytime a girl is of authority, so I don't look in her face.
Oh, shit. Holy shit. Oh, you terrible. Hold on.
I dismiss her existence.
Just for the record, I'm the same fucking way. I don't know what it is.
When a girl comes and berate me, I look away.
That's why I can't look at the TV right now.
Wow.
With Sarah Palin. I'm looking at the floor.
You are awful.
I don't look at him. So they finally came out with a guy. I knew he was gangster. He had a nice suit on, Rolex, real powerful shape, small guy, like not afraid. So he came out, he was watching me do my thing, and he was just listening, and he just knew I was right. He knew I was right. And I go, I'm complying. Dude, the shoes.
Was he a black guy?
You gotta, no, white guy.
He was a white guy?
Gotta take the shoes off. I take the motherfucking shoes off. I hate taking the shoes off. By the way, the fastest way to get to the airport is to come dressed just like an Arab.
Holy shit.
Sandals and a big shirt.
No belt. No shoes.
Nothing.
Wow, that's fucking
shit,
perfect.
Wow. It doesn't get better.
Dressed like an Arab.
That's the fastest way to get through the airport.
Yeah. Oh my God, is that the truth?
Socks.
Damn, why hasn't anyone
shitty
even
shirt.
fucking realized that?
Didn't even just pull up the robe real fast?
Just dressed like them.
That's hilarious.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ultimately, this guy, I took my belt off, and the guy comes. This is the boss. You can tell he's the boss after this guy. And let me tell you, the dude that kept telling me, "You to do what I tell you to," he started having a conversation with his security, his supervisor, telling him the story, and I go, "That's not what happened." Oh. He goes, "Be quiet." I go, "That's not what happened, what you're saying." He said he had to pull her away because he knew that his technique was not working because he was wrong. He had no authority.
Yeah.
So he couldn't tell me to shut up. He had to go over in the corner to talk to this girl.
To get away from you.
To get away from my needling.
You need a hobby, man.
Needling? My needling. I fucking hate people that have domain over my life.
You do understand that.
I fucking hate arbitrary people.
But you do understand that is part of a society.
Wait a minute. Now, this guy, though, was cool. And I'm sitting here talking to him and I'm putting my belt on. Mm-hmm. And I stop putting my belt on. I go, "Sir, this is fucking embarrassing that I'm redressing in front of you. Do you understand what a man I don't feel like? Let me tell you something. Right now, you take your fucking belt off."
You said this?
No, I'm talking to you right now. If you take your belt off, Opie, right now, in front of us and have to put it back on, it's embarrassing. To redress. I came out the house with my clothes. Here's the thing I love doing. Because you can go through if you can keep your hat on for religious purposes, you can absolutely do this. I'm telling you, I'm not setting people up to get in trouble. If you have a hat on, you can go, "I'll keep it on." "Take your hat off, please." "Nah." "Nope. I'll take a check." I keep my jewelry on. I keep everything on me.
And then what do? They wand you or some shit?
If you beep. That's if you beep. Mm-hmm. But my hat, this one, no, because it got a metal thing on. But my regular hats, I go through, they go, "Can you?" But see, they don't go, you have to take your hat off.
Can you remove your hat, sir?
"Take your hat off," or "Remove your hat, sir." "Nah, I don't want to." Because you're not required. You're required to take off your belt. I mean, not your belt. Your shoes, and your jacket, an outer jacket, anything, or a sweater. You got to take that off. You can't go through. You can't fight that. Hat you can keep on, and if they tell you to take it off, you can say it's religious purposes too. You can keep your hat on. By the way, religious purposes, you can keep your hat on. So they don't make a Jew take off the yarmulke, and they can't make a Sikh take off his turban. Can't do it. So this is my religious hat right here. So I go, I'm not taking my hat off. And your belt, they can. There's decisions that they can make to make you take off. They can make a call.
Yeah, they
their
have.
own call. But that's like what the police do. See, people think they can like say things to police. Police have a term called disorderly.
Disorderly.
Which destroys any of your knowledge for police.
I know my rights.
I know
all
what
that
I can do. If you go if the cop
Disorderly
goes, get the
conduct.
fuck out of here, and you go start talking shit, disorderly, beat it. That's that just waves off all your bullshit.
Yeah.
So basically, what they do is they can make decisions on what to make you take off and not take off. They can. And then I start talking to this guy that's talking. I go, look, man, you motherfuckers are getting. He was cool as shit, by the way. I wish I knew his name because I'll say his name. Nice guy. I go, man, you motherfuckers are getting sued, man. These motherfuckers are making women strip, taking out nipple rings and shit. You motherfuckers is crazy. And he goes, man, look, how many people a year do you think we see? Now I go, I don't know. I said some goofy shit. I don't know. I'm trying to add it up in my head.
Yeah, right.
He goes,
Couple hundred.
He goes, 30 million people, man. And he said, we can't make one mistake. I said, fair enough. Shook his hand, said, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But I would like to know what the fuck I can do to maintain my dignity so I don't have to have a Mexican girl tell me to take off my fucking belt.
Then don't wear a fucking belt to the airport.
Fuck you. I'm wearing my belt for the fucking thing. This is what I'm saying. We're willing. This is why right now, this $700 billion fucking Biden, this shit is, the government runs the country now. We're not capitalists right now. The government runs our fucking country. And people go, yeah, like, don't wear a belt. You can't be that white, Anthony, where you just say, leave your right. Don't wear a belt.
All I'm saying is, I remember a fucking time where if I was getting on a plane as a kid or a relative was getting on a plane, I could fucking walk them right up to the fucking plane.
Yeah.
But people fucked that up for us.
No, people didn't.
Yes, they did.
Some fucking
Arabs
assholes that flow a plane. But the people, let me tell you something, man.
They fucked it up for us.
No one sits there and tomorrow they go, here's the plan. First of all, the fucking TSA are just like bitches. They are reactive to the proactive terrorists. There's a guy right now in the basement trying to figure out how to kill me with shampoo. And this fat bitch from Newark is my first line of defense. That's what makes me mad.
Yeah.
Is that I don't feel safer.
You're right.
That's what bugs me.
That,
I don't
you're
feel
absolutely right.
any safer because I'm like, you're fucking dumb. You're dumb. You're not smart. You're not my protection, you fat bitch. Matter of fact, I'm fat. I wouldn't have anybody fat working any place that had protection. Some fat bitch is not protecting. You know why? Because you're lazy. I'm fat. I'm too lazy to do anything that takes me on my feet for 8 hours to protect you from a motherfucker who is in the desert doing push-ups and trying to blow himself up. Suck my dick.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'll give you that.
That's a great point, Patrice.
I'm serious. Yeah. I wouldn't hire me to work security. I'm sleepy at certain times of the day. I get very sleepy at 3 in the afternoon. That's when terrorists, I read a book, terrorists try to kill us mostly at 3 in the afternoon. And that's when I'm my tiredest. Some bitch that came to work at 7, she wants to run home to see the last bit of Maury Povich. Is my defense system?
False sense of security.
Suck my balls.
False sense. We have it in this building. We got to go through a security guy downstairs. What is he going to do?
Who's arbitrary, by the way? Some days that guy's like, sign in, who are you? Some days he's like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, whatever.
Doodly-doo.
All right. That fucking guy. What happened?
See, now.
What? But he's nice. He knows Anthony, though, because he goes, Anthony went up already.
Yeah.
Likes you. But that's what I'm saying. That's the thing. Likes you, life is good. Don't like you, life is bad. That can't be.
I don't like him. I haven't acknowledged that guy in 2 years.
What, the guy at the desk?
Hate that.
See, I acknowledge him every day. I say, have a nice day, have a good evening, and I never have a problem.
He calls you anti-puss. Good old Antley.
Why have a problem with somebody like that? Because, and I'll tell you why. I'll give you, it's not worth the aggravation. Having some kind of a fucking problem with the guy at the desk in a building you work in is so counterproductive. I could think of 20 other people that I could have a fucking problem with that would be more, would benefit me better than that guy.
I go with that.
So I don't fucking. It's not like I go. I'm not bringing him cake, but I'm not fucking. I'm not giving him a snide remark. I'm not making faces at him because I don't give a shit.
Right.
Here's something that's very funny, and I have to address this because I guess Keith is listening. Hope he is. I wouldn't come home today. Ange, it's Keith's wife. She does the decorating in my house and stuff, and Keith does a lot of the business end of things. He's like my personal assistant kind of thing. One thing that is done is my laundry gets done, which is nice. I don't have to do my laundry. I'm paying people. It's not like I'm looking for a freebie, but do my laundry. So it says, Ange says next time she sees laundry on the floor, instead of the hamper, she's burning it. And now here's why I purposefully, on purpose, put my laundry on my laundry on the floor next to my bed. Because they took my hamper, Keith and Ange took my hamper out of the bathroom and put it in my bedroom next to my bed, going, like I'm a fucking child, going, maybe if the hamper's closer to the where he takes it off, he'll put it in the hamper. I saw the fucking hamper,
but you allowed.
I didn't put it in on purpose.
You allowed these two to get so involved.
But that's
with your
why
life,
it's
though.
my fucking laundry.
Do you hear this motherfucker, right? He just finished. Do you hear the battle he's fighting? The ridiculous pride that he just took, and that principle, that useless principle you just had. Do you understand?
It's my fucking house.
Good is good if it's good for me. Like, fucking, you just went off on how you had to make a point to instead of, this is what this motherfucker just said, don't cause people problems.
Battles.
You couldn't, you
Pick
had
your battles, I was saying.
a passive-aggressive battle with Keith, who's on your side, and his wife, who's on your side, and all you had to do is go, hey, Keith, man, listen, I saw the hamper. I'm not a kid.
Don't treat me like a fucking baby.
I pay you guys.
You're missing something though here.
To do what you do.
You're missing something here though. He's finally putting his foot down now that Keith has at least 2 rooms to himself in the house. Finally he's putting his foot down.
That fucking hamper in there like I'm their 8-year-old son who fucking doesn't put his laundry away. I'll put my fucking laundry on my roof. I'll put it on my fucking
now
roof.
He's talking tough. As Keith drives his cars and lives in his rooms.
How happy is Keith that
puts flat screen TVs on the wall on your dime?
Oh, he's so happy.
He's back in the fold.
Oh, he's so happy.
He's back in.
Fred Goldman.
And unfortunately, in this case, or fortunately, as far as I'm concerned, he's found guilty, and maybe he'll spend the rest of his life in jail.
Kim, when you heard the news that was
there you go.
He's the most unlikable victim in the history of
isn't he?
Ron Goldman. He
really is.
Oh, boy, he should have another advocate for his son.
It's like Doc Holliday.
We got to take a break. I think we're going to do a little Jocktober today.
Oh, Jocktober, where we take a random show from around the country and showcase it for the shit that they are.
We kind of were going to blow it off today, take a little break, but this show is talking about relationships and getting engaged and all that, and it's right down Patrice's alley, I do believe. So we're going to look at the B Morning Coffee Club out of Rochester, New York for Jocktober after the break.
All right.
And other things. Stay there.
What do you do?
Rock and roll. Opie and Anthony. Dow Jones down 315 points in early trading.
Wow.
Trading, excuse me. Dipping below 10,000 for the first time, and who the fuck knows? And was saying, remember when we were pushing 15,000?
Oh, they were going, down 15. We're going to 15,000. I wouldn't worry about it. That's fucking some shyster dick douchebag over at Bank of America. They decide when you go in there and want to make a transaction that they got to try to fucking suck you into this investment thing. So this guy is like, well, it started with the teller. One of these tellers goes, who's your money manager? I go, I don't know. I am. He goes, oh, well, no, this person's your money manager. So set up an appointment, and he'll talk about, some options you have. No. And I sat down with this motherfucker, and he goes, what are you looking to do? I go, I'm a conservative guy. I'm very conservative. I don't want my money in things that are going to gain or lose value very quickly. I'm a steady as she goes kind of guy. All right. Do you know where the Dow's going to be in 3 months? Let me tell you. Oh, you know fucking Kreskin? So it turns out this
So is
motherfucker...
15 better than 10?
A lot.
Yeah, way better.
Up is good. This isn't golf.
Creed is good.
Yeah. So this motherfucker goes, okay, come in next week, and I'll put together some type of thing what I think you should be in. So I go back. He's got me like he didn't have me, but he had this layout that he had this plan for me. Was loaded with stocks. Loaded. And I said, this is exactly the opposite of what I fucking told you I wanted.
Can you live off your interest?
Not at this point with fucking the way interest is. Not the lifestyle I'm accustomed to.
Have you seen his house?
That mortgage is a bitch.
What's the interest rates right now at the bank?
You're getting shit. What do we
Three.
fucking maybe?
Tree.
Yeah, it's really
Around
bad.
tree.
You used to be able to,
Used to be
interest rates
10.
used to be like 10%. You could sit there and just fucking wow, look at us. We got plenty rolling in on interest. Now, no, you can't.
Well, let's
You can't. You need like fucking huge amounts of millions.
Let's change gears. Get out of this depression that is our future.
Ooh,
financial future. It's Jocktober, eh?
It is Jocktober.
It's Jocktober.
I love Jocktober.
Let's make fun of somebody else to make ourselves feel better about ourselves. Right?
Yes.
Happy Jocktober, everybody, from your friends at the Opie and Anthony Show. I wanna rock! It's a celebration of hacky, pukey radio shows and DJs from across this great nation of ours.
I'm wearing panties to this party. I've never seen a better antonym of hysterical.
Crank up the crapola. It's Jocktober on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Was the yang for the yin of hysterical. It was the polar opposite.
Happy Jocktober, everybody, from your friends at the Opie and Anthony Show.
Yes, Jocktober is here. By the way, the Dow went under 10,000 in October 2004. That was the last time. 4 years ago.
Wow. Where's my... hello?
What?
Why did that sound fun? Oh, because I turned it down because that was so loud.
The sweeper was ridiculous.
That's better.
Sam, who are we looking at today?
Today, we're going to Rochester, New York.
Mm-hmm. The home of Brother Weeze.
Yes.
When you mentioned Rochester, you mentioned the home of Brother Weeze.
The home of Brother Weeze and the home of the B Morning Coffee Club.
Ooh.
WBEE 92.5.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. What do we know about them?
And what are they?
Isn't that a country station?
Yeah, it's a country station.
I remember back in the day it was.
But they like to spend the mornings playing some country music, having some laughs, and making you feel, good to wake up.
All right. And it's Terry, Steve, and Newman?
Yeah, Terry, Steve, and Newman. I think they call it Terry Bird.
Okay. And this starts with a promo the show uses to show how funny they are?
Yeah, like while the show is running, they go into breaks sometimes with promos of kind of the big laughs that they've had in the past.
Okay.
And that's what this is.
All right. Strap in, kids.
Yeah.
It's Jocktober.
Good morning, Terry Clifford.
Well, good morning, Steve House.
Oh, this is Terry Clifford. We made fun of her.
We have?
Yeah, when we were in the running to be the biggest show in Rochester.
Yes.
Oh,
yes. Right, okay.
Wasn't she the piggy pig looking one? She has a really
larger.
hot voice, but not real hot voice, but a nice voice, but she's just a mess of a
She's
lady.
an extremely large
You remember
woman.
Aunt, don't you?
Yeah.
All right.
Good morning, Terry Clifford.
Well, good morning, Steve Houseman.
And hi, Jeremy. Hi, guys. Everyone have a good night? Everything okay in our little worlds?
Yeah, pretty good.
Anything we have to tell anyone? Why, what do you know? Well, no, I just...
The B Morning Coffee Club, weekday mornings 5:30 till 10 a.m. on 92.5 WBE.
Wait,
What was the laughing for?
Why were they laughing?
Said, why? What do you know?
And then they laughed at that?
And then there was a big,
Yeah.
guffaw.
But where's the joke?
Why?
Said anything to tell us about, and say, why? Well, maybe, but what do you know? I don't want to get in over my head.
Yeah.
Because imagine.
Just imagine. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, the crazy. You're talking crazy now.
Yeah.
Oof. Any examples of the
Holy shit, man.
humor?
What, Patrice?
Radio just...
It's
Well, that's
horrid.
why we have to do this.
It's horrid.
They just can't be real.
But let me ask you...
Ask.
Okay.
Just don't blow up our bit. We need 20 more days of this. You have a tendency of being so logical. We're like, fuck. I can't do the bit anymore.
Ruined it.
Right. That's the
All right,
question.
then go, because I can't.
No, go
I
ahead.
can't tell if it is.
We're a real show. It's fine. Go.
You guys have been soldiering for a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many out of, let's say you 10 of these, how many out of them are that? Even if you gave them free reign.
What do you mean?
To be funny as they could be, and how many have to be that?
Have
they
to be?
are.
No, they're really that. Yeah. There's
Wait, what is Patrice saying?
You know
That
what I'm saying?
We're just picking out the bad stuff.
Like no. You know what I'm like?
No, like do
you know what I'm saying?
they go in there and go, oh fuck, I got to put on this face again?
Right, like
and
if you gave them carte blanche, they'd be geniuses.
No.
They are just
no, because you know why? Because this show we're listening to, they think they're geniuses. That's the problem.
But geniuses under the umbrella of you have to be not funny. This is as funny as you can be to not offend anybody. Don't talk about shit. They're funny for that. Or or this is it. Even if you put them on XM, that is it.
Then they're unloading. No. They're just unfunny, not creative. They're hacky.
There's
Oh God! Remember? Now I remember. Boy, did we make fun of every inch of her, and there sure is a lot.
She has to be funny. A person that looks like that has to have a sense of humor.
That is.
I refuse to believe she's not a funny person.
Frederica Bimmel.
Oh my God! She's even worse than I remember.
She looks like two of the fat ones from the Facts of Life put together. Two is the fat one from the Facts of Life.
She's a morphed version of retarded Laverne and Shirley.
Sure.
Both of them put together in one person.
She's so ugly, I got hiccups now. I was laughing so hard at her ugliness.
I'll tell you what she looks like. A fat Mo from The Simpsons.
A fat Mo from The Simpsons.
Mo that owns the bar.
Yup. Oh, is she awful? Wow. And we determined she's a flatso.
Yeah, which is the worst.
She's very big, but she doesn't have big tits, which makes her a flatso.
There's a lot of...
I can see.
I think it's the way the picture's being taken.
I see them. I see where they at. They just a little... If you push them up, there'll be a nice tit.
Why is she wearing the lace on her arms? Or is that just their arms and stretch marks?
Well, that's what they sell at Lane Bryant.
That's just stretching out
Bryant,
the fabric, Anthony.
That's what Stephen Carr used to wear. Oh, that is Stephen Carr. Holy shit.
It didn't start as lace.
No.
All right. No, Patrice, there's
Holy shit, who's this face? This face belongs to somebody, man. It's haunting me. It's haunting me.
Well, first of all, it's a guy's face.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's definitely
just
manly.
at the face, it's a manly face.
She looks like a weatherman from it's just something going on. I know her face.
Wow,
that face.
I think it's John Crook.
It's a little Drew Carey.
Drew Carey.
Drew Carey.
Yeah, if you just all right.
It's also like Mike from Don and Mike.
A little Mike-ish.
Yeah.
I know that fucking face.
All right, keep it up there, and we'll figure it out. Maybe she was a man.
A big fat man?
Yeah, maybe.
Damn, I know that
So
face.
make me a woman, but don't make me any prettier.
Patrice, this
a man.
This Jocktober thing is easy pickings because most shows suck. There's a handful of shows that get the job done. All right, we continue with the B Morning Coffee Club.
Yes, they spent...
They're a coffee club, Sam.
Well, they're the coffee club.
That's so nice because, they're on in mornings. What are you laughing at? It's doing the Drew... It's kind of Drew Carey.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh, my God. It's kind of close. I'm squinting and covering up her awful wig.
Oh, fuck me.
Is that a wig? That can't be her real hair.
That's a little Chris Farley, too.
A little Farley in her?
Holy fuck.
Yeah, there's a little Farley in her.
Farley.
Safe to say, she's a beast. All right. Newman talks about getting engaged. We find out whether or not Terry is a hole.
Yeah, well, they spent the entire show today because I guess Newman got engaged, to his fiancée.
But when I was doing radio in Rochester, he was old.
No, I think there's must be a different Newman.
All right, it must be.
It sounds like a young guy, and he just got engaged, so they spent 4.5 hours talking about it.
Wait, what are we looking at now?
Fucking Farley. Look at that. Look at the big one with his. Yeah, that one's great.
Looking at
fucking Farley.
Oh, fuck me, man.
It's Tommy.
That poor woman, man. I can't even do it. I can't join in with you, fellas. This poor woman. This poor woman, man.
She's
awful. Such a victim, man. It's such a victim.
This is all
Everything on her is awful.
This is all
I gotta listen to this shit because if she's in a drop of nice, I can't join in.
All right.
This bitch.
No, she's overly nice.
Oh,
That's the problem.
You feel bad. You just gotta feel bad.
I don't give a shit.
Look at this bitch.
I don't care. I'd kick her in the teeth if I could.
Yeah, she should go on, Mike, and just like spill her guts out about her problems. Then
about how it was growing up, just being like the fucking girl no one went with.
Her unhappiness would make her a genius.
Right. Don't be happy and
because I'm unhappy for
about
her. I'm really unhappy for her.
Talk about high school and how you were just shunned.
She looks like Costello.
Oh my God! Yeah, she does look like Costello.
Oh my God.
Or Oliver.
Yeah.
Lauren Hardy.
I'm eating another pie.
She's a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't we?
Ugh.
Let's listen to the next clip.
Some of this.
All right.
All right. This is the Beat Morning Coffee Club.
It's the coffee club. You drink your coffee with them.
All right. Newman talks about getting engaged. We find out whether or not Terry's a hole.
You be the judge based on her reaction.
We all know the definition of the hole at this point, right?
Of course.
All right.
It's like literally I feel like a different dude from one night to the next.
Good for you. I am so happy for the both of you. And she is just a lovely, lovely woman. She is the perfect woman for you.
She's so hot, too, Bird. You've seen her, right?
Yeah, but it's what's inside that counts with her, all right?
Nah, not really.
Whatever. Yeah, it
if she's
is.
hot, that helps.
Oh.
But it's cool
It's
and
incorrigible.
Incorrigible.
You know what? I'm going to give that guy a gold star because he's saying how hot this other guy's chick is in front of the big slob. That takes balls.
Think about
Yeah,
that.
well, listen again. Knowing the girl giving all the niceness there is just she's not even a 1.
No,
she's not even on the scale yet, the 1 to 10 scale.
it's like literally I feel like a different dude from one night to the next.
Good for you. I am so happy for the both of you. And she is just a lovely, lovely woman. She is the perfect woman for you.
Now, the one saying that is, have we stressed how awful she is?
Yeah, no, we can't possibly stress how awful she is.
And is she the lead person on the show?
I don't know. She might be. It might be one of those rare
What's with the
occasions.
complimenting? I can't be happier.
So hot, too, Bird. You've seen her, right?
Yeah, you hear the dude?
Oh, God.
And she's so hot.
Does he know how it's killing her?
Yes.
Like, talking about hot chicks in front of her kills you. That's like being like fat or way out of shape and girls just talking about this guy that's like ripped and stuff. You don't sit there and go, wow, that is great that he's ripped and that you find him attractive and I'm a pig or it's just it's killing her.
And she goes, no, it's about what's on the inside. And he goes, no, it's really not.
No, it's not. The inside. Oh, God, that's her. That's perfect. Oh, my God. It's fucking.
It's Oliver Hardy.
Oliver Hardy.
She looks like Oliver Hardy with a perm.
Listen, she tries to defend that it's about what's inside and has nothing whatsoever to do outside.
Of fucking course.
Cake. I've said this a million times. You always go for the physical attraction first,
especially us.
And then yes, guys, this is what we do. You're looking. Wow, she's beautiful. She's hot. Whatever. And then you hope that she has something else going on. Besides the looks.
I'm a fat, funny guy. Let me tell you something. No fat, funny bitch is getting anything out of me.
Yeah.
My girl loves me because I'm fucking funny and all the other bullshit. But if some guy with a fucking 12-pack comes around, I get mad when she says she wouldn't fuck him. I'm going, bitch, do it.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Woman for you.
The inside.
Too, Bird. You've seen her, right?
Yeah, but it's what's inside that counts with her, all right?
Nah, not really.
Whatever. Yeah, it
if
is.
she's hot, that helps.
Oh.
But it's cool and
encourageable.
Hey, Terry,
Why don't we talk about what's
is that
inside
a
you? A lot of calories.
That is such the hole. The complete with the. Oh no, it's what's inside.
She said incorrigible.
Incorrigible. Incorrigible.
That word should be taken away from us. You shouldn't be allowed to use that word.
Along with inappropriate.
Incorrigible. They are incorrigible, though. Steve talks about getting engaged and proves he is an emasculated nobody.
Yes.
All right.
I was well into my 30s, a little older than you, and I was ready to just be a bachelor all my life, and I had this beautiful woman who was at my side all the time. One day, I was still living in Boston. She rings, and I lived on the second floor. She rings the doorbell. I let her in. She knocks on the door. What's the deal? I got a life to live. You going to marry me or what?
And you're sitting there with Vinny.
I was there with my best buddy. We're eating Chinese food and drinking beer. And I said, well, okay, I'll get married. So, non-traditional, to say the least.
All right.
I said yes, by the way.
Congratulations.
Hey, with all the laughing she does, you would think she would be thinner.
Yeah,
you think she would be burning off calories with all that fake laughter
It's
she
a
does.
jolly laugh that she has. Wow. No, she. Oh, okay. Wow, that is demonic. And it's everything. It's like she could do something with the hair, maybe. Maybe she could put on some makeup. I don't know. There's just something that could be done there that isn't being done.
Contacts?
Yes.
Contacts
to lose the
out the hair a little
glasses.
bit.
I'm gonna tell you, she is hopeless in terms of fixing. Like, she could never come back as.
No.
It's like Rosie O'Donnell, where nothing she could do. Like, there's no pretty something in there.
No. Rosie just decided to go full dyke.
But it's like, even if, like, losing weight, like, she would have to have a complete reconstruction. Like, her face has to be changed.
Yeah.
It's just her entire everything. Like, her head is almost like it's growing outside of her chest as opposed to on a necklace. It's going down in some weird. You ever see the Dark Crystal, the giant birds, where like it's almost vulture-like, except for you don't see the vulture neck.
She got
it's almost
vulture
the head
head
comes down like a Muppet vulture.
Yeah.
But it's like, even if she lost, there's some people that just have been cursed with not prettiness.
Oh, God, there she is with a horse.
But hold on, because I don't want to lose this line. The comments are ridiculous. This is why we have the greatest listeners in radio. Jay from Florida. How did we miss this one? This must be a country station, because this woman could never do a morning show on Light FM.
Oh, shit, look at this.
Oh, look at her body. Holy shit, that's a full body shot. Look at her fucking...
I think I once wore her body to wrestle in a bar once.
Wow. Is she retarded? She looks retarded.
No.
Look at the horses looking at her like, you fucking slob.
Oh, poor lady.
Horse hates her. Dude, her boobs are not even close to being...
She's shaped like a croissant.
She is... She's shaped just like Big A.
Oh, man.
She's shaped like a pear.
You just feel bad for a woman because it's just...
There's nothing there.
Because weight loss, it would be strictly for her health. It wouldn't be, I'm going to lose weight to be
look a
hot.
little better.
It's just strictly to live longer.
You know what? Patrice is right. Her arms look too short. Her waist has got to be close to a 60.
She's a
Her breasts
mess.
are maybe a 40A.
She's a 24, 48, 72.
She's got like a steroid chin.
It is a complete pear. She is shaped like a pear.
Oh, poor thing.
With two big fat legs. How do you get those pants? Like, where does she buy her pants?
Man, this poor woman. And that's
hair.
a young picture of her. So she's been living that.
Oh, I'm sure you could get high school pictures.
I mean,
She's still the same.
that's a young picture. of her.
Guaranteed
That has
she's
Oh,
to
in
be
the
20 years younger than that picture that has been up.
Drama club she was probably in and all those things. Oh, no.
How many?
Oh, that guy.
Donkey Lips.
What are we looking at now?
Donkey Lips.
Donkey Lips from Salute Your Shorts.
Salute Your Shorts on the old Nickelodeon show. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
God damn, man.
Patrice is right, though. There is nothing she could do to make herself even a little bit better.
Weight loss is not
There's
going to make
nothing.
it better. Like, some people, you just go, oh, shit, if she lost weight, she'd be hot. I'm trying to think of a fat woman who'd be hot if she was not fat. And I'm like
Wow.
on TV, but I can't think of it right now. because I say Rosie because I look at her going, man, like Oprah, Oprah could be hot, like she's not hot, but
she knows how
she
to,
would look better.
She knows how to present herself.
Right,
Yeah.
she'd be sexier.
This woman has never
loss, but this is just
this woman has never had the feeling of someone being attracted to her.
Right, never.
She does not.
She doesn't know what it feels like to have somebody
want to fuck her.
Yeah,
which
go,
is nature.
Oh,
which is like I want to fuck you.
Yeah.
And you know what? She would fuck you if you came at her like that.
Oh,
because
yeah.
she has no defense system against somebody just going, I want to fucking fuck you right now. I want to bend you over this fucking table and fuck the shit out you, Terry.
She'd probably shake and cum
And
just
say-
from hearing that.
And just emphasize the T in Terry.
Yeah.
Terry. And spell her name Terry. You fat bitch. I just want
feed
to
her
fuck your brain
feed her
out.
pizza while you're fucking her from behind.
You could confuse this one
If
real
you,
quickly.
if you run in and you just like say this table here and you just you just slide her fucking her soundboard off the thing, like you can hear it crash.
Yeah.
And she would do one of these things. And you just rub her crotch through her pants. She'd
Oh, my
fucking
God.
pass out.
She would
There would be
come in a
nothing
second.
she can do to defend sexual. Like a
Yeah.
real sexual advance, a hardcore, like beautiful women know how to defend that shit all the time. Like, hey, bitch, I want to fuck
Yeah.
you. Get out of my face, because you just go, Terry. Hey, Terry. Yeah, Terry. And she goes, yeah, you know what I'm fucking talking about.
Yeah.
What do you mean? And she gets that, oh my God, because she wants to be like every other woman. So she's juggling in her head.
I always hear how women
do I
just-
say rape or
Yeah.
do I just fuck him? What am I gonna do here?
I don't want to be a whore. Wait a minute.
Some dick is coming my way. You fat fuck.
Yeah.
And just call her that. You choke her. You find her neck, right?
Oh.
You just lift, you find her neck, and you grab her. You grab her by the base of her neck, right?
Yeah.
And you just push a little bit on the neck, and you just start to shake her face, and her jaws move, and it's just her jaws are moving, and then you just kiss her.
Oh, that big fucking pelican head.
Can I jump in? She's the type of woman that would have to do horrific things to be in the sex game.
Oh man!
Oh.
Like,
Are you talking about?
Oh, wow, beyond.
Like it
balls
would,
deep, like
just
to the balls, and then lick the balls while she's gagging. Don't lick the balls as she's gagging.
like she's like, fuck, I know he's a serial killer and he's killed 20, but this is all, I have to play.
She'd have to pull some shit where it's like, look, stab me and fuck the stab hole.
Right.
That would she'd have to get
she
some
looks like she
outrageous
would
shit.
marry a fucking serial killer. Like she sends letters to the Green River Killer and just
hoping
she's
for
just there,
hoping for attention from a serial killer.
just holding
Yeah.
flowers. She look like she got married in a prison, just
says-
fat with flowers.
Richard Ramirez letters in prison.
Oh, she's definitely got a pen pal in the
and
joint.
the prison chaplain is like fucking standing there marrying her, and some guy with a mullet who's in forever.
Peter Griffin's up there now. It's Peter Griffin.
That's who it is.
It's Peter Griffin.
Peter Griffin.
Fuck.
You're fat.
You're Peter Griffin face.
Oh Jesus fucking God.
Oh yeah, that's it.
How does
Look
that
at
feel,
her,
fatty?
Dude, that's her. She's fucking Peter Griffin.
I wonder. I'm gonna hit on her if I ever see. I swear.
Oh yeah.
Like if you just tongue swipe her nips.
Imagine fucking spreading that fat ass apart and sticking your tongue up her
but
ass.
imagine if
She
you
would
did
shake.
it. If you did it with no like regard, like you did it like you want to.
yeah.
Like you just fucking take both her meaty ankles and you just know what you're doing. You just push them.
Holy
like you don't
shit.
gently put. You just push them apart and you just move that little meat like you know what you're doing. I fucked a few fat girls, so I just know exactly what to do. And you move that meat and you just rub that clitoris and then it's just all ready to go.
She'd shake like a truck with a broken timing chain. She'd fucking just rattle herself apart.
And you grab the back of that awful permed up hair. Drag her around the room.
Pull that shit.
Rip her wig off.
And then she calls you the next day like,
Yeah. And
you
you're
know,
like,
I
what?
just, bitch, you're not well.
You know, maybe dinner? Dinner.
You
drag her to the...
Annie.
You bring dinner and
she's
then beat her with a turkey leg. You just...
She's so desperate for romance, he would drag her to the truck stop
And that's what
make
she
her blow
wants.
everybody in the fucking area.
That's what she wants.
Blowing the trucker.
That's how retarded women. A man like that would never think romance. He's thinking buy a hooker. She's thinking romance. She thinks there's a guy out there. Because women are dumb like that. She thinks there's a guy out there that'll love her for her.
Yeah.
Really, bitch? What can you do to make me love past that awful meaty head?
Just
my girl's gorgeous. I have trouble kissing her just because I've seen her for 7 years. So I'm like trying to kiss her, and she's gorgeous. But this mess, after a month of looking at you with love, you just want to punch her right where there's no nerves.
I hate to spoil the party here, but the next track, she's married.
She's married, all right.
Oh no!
Find her husband.
She's married.
Is there any way we can find her husband
fucking
on a website?
way. I don't know. She's got a blog.
Let's find this out here.
The blob.
More of the B Morning Coffee Club up there in Rochester, New York.
Bert, I'm sure yours was just the typical beautiful moment.
Well, it was for us, of course. Yeah. We were at the Loose Caboose.
The Loose Caboose, all right.
The Loose Caboose.
The Loose Caboose. That's what happens after you eat fucking Mexican and drink too much. You get a loose caboose in the morning. So she was at the Loose Caboose?
Yeah.
Is that where her wedding was?
Booze.
Oh.
It was a restaurant in Webster. It was a restaurant in Webster, train themed.
Okay, you were watching a movie.
What, did she marry a train?
What? Loose Caboose.
I got it. Loose Caboose in Webster. Yuck.
It's a restaurant in
course it's a
Webster,
restaurant.
train themed.
Can't be away from a
All right.
Watching a movie.
No.
Was that the one with Uncle Joe in it?
No, and he wasn't moving kind of slow either.
Coke Junction?
Oh, you're so rude. It was a wonderful
what a
little
hole.
restaurant. I'm sure many people remember it. Anyway.
No, because...
Anyway. She's married. Some guy has to say, and this is my wife.
Holy
Some guy has to go out and go, and
you
this
realize
is my wife.
The only point, half the reason that women exist is to be an object, right? Can you imagine if your wife was just all love? Like it had to be entirely love,
Right.
Like
100%.
half of my girl's point is that I flash her around. Some other guy wants to fuck her badly, like really badly. Like my bitch. Like you walk down the street and guys want to fuck your bitch, and you're like, yes, you want to fuck her, and I don't want to even look at her, and you want her bad. You'd give me your wife to fuck my wife. This guy has no bargaining chip.
It's 100%.
In his life. It's all love.
Love.
Can you imagine your whole existence is based on I love you? I love my wife. That's your you have to love her to get on top of her. And just, your dick has to get hard. Your dick has to get hard.
Maybe she was volunteering at the blind camp, like in Mask.
You have to risk having a heart attack with the Viagra. Like, you risk Viagra for a bad bitch. If your dick wasn't working quite well, you go, damn, this bitch is bad. I got to keep her happy or she's going to fuck other men. But you don't even have a bargaining chip if you want to go swing. Like, if you have your woman...
Oh, God, you bring that?
...to trade for his woman...
You're getting someone's dog.
Like
she's tradable with someone's fucking pet.
Right. Horse. Like you just want to kick her right in the pussy. Like you just want to.
All of a sudden, yeah, all right. You can fuck the chick that I brought, but I'm just gonna kick her in her pussy the entire time you're fucking the girl I brought.
Look, you see my girl. Treat her the way you think a woman should be treated. Do me a favor. I'll fuck with your woman, but I want to stomp all over this pig. I want her to snort. I want her to do piggy things. Like the only.
Put a leash on her.
Yeah, just walk her around.
She was also voted Mother of the Year. Oh fuck!
Oh, she has a kid.
She has a kid that gave a great speech.
Jesus.
There's a video of the kid giving a speech.
See, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Let's move on. Terry continues her story about the caboose thing.
Yeah.
And the guys continue their brand of humor. Ooh.
We were there and having a lovely dinner, and there was
Chicken wings?
No.
Caesar salad wrap?
Might have been chicken, though. I generally ordered...
An ostrich.
No.
Something trophy.
You know, it was just a huge portion.
Just one of those giant meatballs. Like, not even little ones. Like, I enjoy little meatballs in my spaghetti.
Yeah.
But just a giant, one giant meatball that was rolled up with onions in it.
She calls meatloaf meatballs.
Yeah.
Just
meatballs.
spaghetti spaghetti and meatloaf.
One of those Renaissance fair turkey legs.
Yeah, turkey leg like fucking Henry VIII, who was prettier than she is. Look at that fucking retard bang haircut she's got. She's getting into a cop car.
Well, because she's
They're arresting
fine.
her for upsetting the fucking gravitational pull of the planet.
Oh, this poor lady. Come on,
You know
man.
how they arrest you. And it's
Damn
all,
it.
Yeah.
it's all
Oh,
fun.
boy, she's laughing.
It's for charity. Oh, I hope someone bails me out.
Oh.
Ugh. All right.
Wow, what a mess. she
Generally
is.
ordered. No.
All right, wait. We'll start over here.
We missed a good joke.
All right.
We were there and having a lovely dinner, and there was
Chicken
a,
wings?
No,
Caesar salad wrap.
might have been chicken though. I generally ordered. No.
Tilapia crusted
All
in.
right, that's enough.
Whatever that is.
You can't get the ribs. I want your fingers to be clean.
Whatever. Do you want to hear about it or don't ya?
Yes.
Or I'll sit on you.
Yeah, do you want to hear about it or don't ya?
Don't ya?
She's too fucking gruesome to have that attitude. Like, hey, settle down. Like, shut up, Ernest Borgnine.
Ernest Borgnine.
She's too fat to be sassy.
Yeah, much too fat to be sassy.
So
That fucking hair looks like a divot. It looks like someone fucking swung too deep, made a divot, and someone picked up the divot off the golf course and put it on her head.
Look, this will make you look better.
It spray painted it brown.
Right.
Here is your divot hair.
Her chin is wider than the top of her head.
Yeah, she's got like Zippy the Pinheads look going. What a gruesome person.
Her hair looks like one of those old leather football helmets that they used to have.
Jesus Christ. Like an old IndyCar race helmet, one of those.
The old Four Horsemen head.
Oh, is she awful? Every new picture is more gruesome than the last.
Oh, Newt Rockney head.
Stephen S. from Bayshore writes, who took those photos of Terry? Google Earth?
She has, like, I couldn't even picture doing anything. There it is, the old leather foot. There's her hair. There's an old Notre Dame leather football helmet.
You know, Sergeant G brings up a good line on his feedback from Iraq. He writes, are they making fat jokes? They may have just turned me a little bit. They're making fun of her fatness, Sam. But they don't dare make fun of her ugliness.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
All right, she finishes the story finally of when she got engaged.
There was a piano player there, and he was.
So he
Booth
started
went over and
playing
asked him to.
Yeah. Well, nice, Sam. Sam can't get the leather helmet on because it's his big fucking afro.
Real hair.
That's fucking cool, man. Is that that's a real replica?
Yeah, it's
That's
a
what
real
they played in,
replica.
huh? That's cool as shit.
How do you play football in that fucking thing? Imagine
were-
going out in the field now and
Those
like,
were tough motherfuckers,
yeah,
man.
running in
Couldn't figure
fast
out
motion
something
on
better
film.
than the leather helmet? What the
Yes.
fuck?
Well, because you really
Leather.
you know what? A real tackle has nothing to do with your head.
Yeah.
Because guys play rugby with nothing. So
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, you're not supposed to, you know.
They didn't have like
That's cool, though. I never
space age
seen one of them.
polymers. Yeah, they had to fucking wait for that shit. Here's something called plastic.
Son of a bitch, man. I feel bad that woman is such a victim.
Oh, is she?
Penn Gillette, they're saying, too. She looks like...
Oh, fat pen.
All right, you want to hear the end of the engagement story?
Please.
Or what?
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 All right.
There
down
was a piano
490.
player there, and he was. Bood went over and asked him to play my favorite song from The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, my darling Clemens.
It's a small
one.
No.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
The scene where she landed on the witch.
We're laughing our balls off as the Dow's down 500 points now. Holy shit.
Below 10,000 for the first time in 4 years.
Yeah.
98.30.
Yeah.
Down 495.
Told you, Andrew.
It's a small one. No.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
God, I can't remember the name. Over the Rainbow.
Oh.
All right, Over the Rainbow, somewhere over the rainbow. And he, as soon as the song started, I went, oh my gosh. And he got down on one knee in front of the restaurant and he asked me to marry him. It was wonderful.
Oh.
It was wonderful.
Wake up, you sleepy heads.
All right, that's not my favorite song.
The wicked witch is dead.
Oh my God.
She's
Oh, now.
Wicked witch is dead.
Got down on one knee, had a look at those big fucking thighs.
Imagine trying to see her head. While you're down on
Oh,
one knee.
God.
Where'd you go?
Oh. He took that fucking barrel ring and put it on her finger.
And she can't even see her own vagina, so she probably shaves it like old guys shave their beard, where there's still
she ain't
patches.
shaving
There's still
shit.
patches.
She doesn't see it. Why shave it? You know that's just a wreck down there.
Let's say hi to Sean in Rochester. Sean, the home of Brother Weeze, of course. What do you got, Sean?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
I've met her daughter, like at some park event where the radio went down and did their thing, and her daughter's smoking hot.
Dude, I'll tell you something. I went out with a girl. My brother went out with one of her sisters. Friends of mine went out. There was like a family of just these fucking girls. And the mother was atrocious. Fucking slob. And just, she kind of looked like her, like Terry. And the daughter's smoking hot.
How does that happen?
All skinny fucking blondes, just really hot. And the mother was a disaster. She couldn't fucking move. She sat in this one chair and just stunk the whole room up like B.O. because she couldn't fucking wash or something. So, and I would come in and I was working at Dan's Bakery at the time, making bread. So I would always make sure to get a bunch of bread when I was going over there, and then I would just give it to her. And she'd be like, oh, thank you, some Italian bread. It's like, yeah, it's Italian bread. Right. I'm going to go ravage one of your fucking daughters. But she was a big, slob.
Smoking hot how, though? Tell him, give a little more detail. What's smoking hot? What's she looking like?
Yeah,
She's like, probably like, 5'7". She's got a nice rack, dark hair, like hazel green eyes.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
Her daughter, but that's how we roll in Rochester.
You ever walk around?
We're ugly, we produce good-looking kids, and then all the kids leave.
There you go. Cool. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, buddy.
Bye. Oh my God. Jocktober's still a hit there.
Jocktober.
It's the B Morning Coffee Club, huh?
Yeah, that's the B Morning Coffee Club.
We barely listened to the audio. We couldn't get past the fucking publicity shot.
I love Jocktober.
Yeah. What are you working on for tomorrow?
I'd really like to find something in Boston.
We just spent so much time just bashing the hell out of that woman.
Well, you have to.
I know.
That's the best part of Jocktober, just attacking people out of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know, for no reason.
But you have to.
That's why Sam loves it so much. That's how he lives his life.
Why else is she walking around the earth?
Just to be attacked.
Right.
Yeah.
She can't possibly be doing any good out there.
No. Oh, my God. 552 points down.
It's pushing.
Oh, boy. Oh, this is really, really going to be bad.
They're saying it's the whole world.
Yeah.
So if it's the whole world economy, can't we all just get together and go, all right,
this is our new
Do you even know?
economy.
Do you know what economy at all? Like, why can't the world just go, you know what? We're all rich.
Right.
We all live in a place and we all eat. Like, I don't understand why the world doesn't come together. Like, how can the world decide we're finished?
Yeah.
Like, we're done.
Who's policing the world? Just get together and go, all right, look, we got issues. Let's all make believe the issues are no more. There you go.
Dude, this is all
just decide.
bullshit.
Ready? You know what? Instead of gold, it's crumb cake crumbs are our basis for money. Like, I've never understood what the fuck that means. You just decided gold? How about dirt?
Yeah.
Like, what the
Gold
fuck
is
are you
just
talking
fucking
about?
rocks.
How about aluminum? Aluminum be nice.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't even understand that shit. How can the world economy crash? What does that mean?
It is Pot Talk Monday, so let's say dirt becomes the currency. What happens to the earth?
Oh, my God. You just start digging it up.
Well, we're
But not the currency,
we're such awful humans. We wouldn't even acknowledge that we're just, destroying the land. Yeah. We would just take every possible piece of dirt we could until there's no earth left.
No dirt left.
Right. Or it would be left, of course, but it would be in big piles that you can't do anything with.
This is all bullshit. This is, I think, a bunch of, high rollers that run the market. Figuring out ways to make a lot of money because there's no real panic here. I mean, this isn't the average Joe panic selling. The average Joe already sold his shit or is hunkering down. This isn't somebody like, oh my God, sell. These are motherfuckers that are driving this market down 500 fucking points, and tomorrow this fucking market's gonna go up, and whoever is buying right now. We'll sell that shit off tomorrow and make money.
Everybody who suffered already did. You know what?
Yeah.
Anybody who's going to get fired got fired already.
Yeah. I'm buying something today.
Buy.
I don't know what
I'm
yet.
buying fucking. I'm buying, in my
something
humble
today.
opinion, I'm
Buy
just
me
going to
something.
buy something.
What do you want? I'll buy you a couple shares.
Buying on E-Trade right now.
Some suits.
I don't,
Some suit jackets.
no, I got to ask. I got some people that I could go to, legit, and I'm going to buy something
You know
today.
what? I want a diamond Raymond Weil watch.
Ooh.
That's what I like.
Go mug somebody.
And that is the one I'm buying. Those are the options I'm fucking getting into today.
Apple? You're going to go
Perhaps.
with Apple?
Perhaps.
Why don't you?
Well, I'm just asking. I see Apple up on
Here's
CNN.
what you
I
do.
just was
Here's
guessing.
what somebody told me. As long as we have a universe, as long as this thing's being invented, you know who's gonna always win? Someone who fixes shit. So if you invest on people who fix the upcoming shit.
You know what you sound like right now? You sound like someone's dad sitting the kid down for a talk because he's a shitty repairman, and the son wants to know. You know, son, repairing things is very important.
But do you invest?
I do important
invest
things.
in a big company that is going to fix the next big thing.
I build things. Do you know how important that is?
iPod fixing technology.
iPod fixing technology.
iPod fixing.
It's called going to the Apple store and saying this fucking thing doesn't work, and they give you a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're not about
There's no
fixing.
fixing that fucking thing.
They're
They're
not
not even
about
a
fixing
screw to
iPods.
open it up.
That's why I don't.
That's why they come up with a new one every 6 months. They don't want you.
If you can
fixing
go
their
back in
iPods.
time,
Find one
smoking
screw
man.
that
What?
opens
if you
that
can go,
fucking
if
thing.
you can go back in time,
Yeah.
what would you have invested in?
Oh fuck.
Let's say 20 years ago.
No, what it was.
20 years ago?
Yeah.
Fucking
Apple.
Apple, of course,
Apple.
would be good. Microsoft, any of the
would've been
computer
huge.
technologies.
I
Even
would-
back then, Yahoo.
Here's
And then wait until, the bubble and then sell. And
Let me tell you something.
Of course, if you're going to do that, I would just get the Sports Almanac.
Yeah.
I would
from
take I would take all
1955.
the names.
You don't need
I would take the web names.
And then go back in time.
You don't need to use the market.
No, you just I use the
I would
Sports
take
Almanac.
web names, man.
Biff Tannen made a fortune. I've been to the Biff Tannen museum.
went?
Yeah, and he made a fortune apparently with his Sports Almanac. Just came off looking like a lucky guy.
Well, he had made enough money that he had like a robot of himself in front of his house.
Yes, in front of his house, and then the courthouse, building a giant hotel, a casino, a hotel over it. Amazing what he did just with the Sports Almanac.
Yeah, no market. It was just all the OTB and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's
How about Viagra?
Biff Tannen, very smart man.
Yeah.
That didn't do shit.
Oh, yes, Patrice, yes.
How about Viagra?
Invest in Viagra? Who puts that out?
I don't know.
Pharmaceutical. Pfizer? Yeah, Pfizer's a good pharmaceutical
That would have been
company.
good 20 years ago, maybe. Sure. Let's
time.
We could maybe do one more thing and get out of here. That was terrific, though, Sam.
Yeah.
Well, the Hillman's always a go-to show in Boston as far as hackery goes.
Let's do Hillman then.
Or Matt Siegel.
I'll
I
check
think
out
he's on
those guys.
Kiss.
Can I take off my Terry wig?
Yeah, it's just Terry Clifford. She was having fun with her fatness in there somewhere. You know she's crying inside, though. Who are we kidding?
Of course she is.
All right. Wants to argue with Ant about what?
All right.
About what? Let's see what.
Argue with Ant about websites and stocks.
No.
What?
No.
What?
No.
What?
All right. A story we didn't get to last week that we wanted to was the JetBlue thing. JetBlue attendant, Patrice, I'm going to ask you one more thing we can do. JetBlue attendant showed nude pics to passenger.
All right.
Okay.
Was it a male attendant? Oh, okay. Oh, no. Ooh, boo, boo, boo.
I think it was.
That's queer.
I think it was a black dude.
A
Was
black male?
Yeah.
A black male attendant
Check
showed.
this out.
Trying to pick up some chick on the plane.
That's unusual because usually all those guys are sissies. I've never
hear
met
you.
a straight male stewardess ever.
I hear you. Let's do this.
New Jersey woman's trip home from visiting family turned into a terrifying encounter in the sky.
Yeah, she says it all started shortly after she boarded a JetBlue flight, and she says she has yet to recover.
Could you please stop?
Gina Rousset is still traumatized
Oh, boy.
8 months after she says
8 months and she's crying over some cock.
You know what? Go.
frivolous lawsuit.
This is bullshit. Bullshit.
Traumatized 8 months after she says a JetBlue flight from Fort Lauderdale to Newark turned into a nightmare. It started with what she thought was a friendly conversation with a flight attendant. But looking back now, she says she should have been wary.
He literally told me that he was going to have nobody sit next to me because I was all his. I was definitely trapped.
And after takeoff, it got much worse. She says Dana Rokiam's behavior was lewd and outrageous.
He kept telling me that he wanted me, and at one point he said that, you know you want me, and always grabbing himself, like profusively. I mean, all the time.
Profusively?
Even if she was using the right word, it was wrong.
Profusely would not fit there either.
It was not the word she wanted,
No.
you dumb bitch.
Grabbing profusively. This woman
He
is
sweats
adult.
profusely.
Yeah.
You don't, maybe if he said,
Touching himself
he's shitting on me profusely.
You would have to be say he was touching himself and he came on me profusely.
Right.
Yeah, but not just touching himself profusively. Dummy.
And she says twice he tossed his cell phone showing naked pictures of him onto her tray table.
All right, once, but you're catching the cell phone a second time. I mean,
After a while, you knock on the pilot's door, nigga. You just be like, excuse me, sir,
Right.
can you land in Oklahoma City? This guy's trying to rape me on your plane.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, you might fall for the cell phone trick once, but twice, I always laugh at that. What do you think? This time he's going to show you some cute picture of a panda?
Yeah, she was fucking drunk, and she was hitting on him.
Of course.
Watching that awful JetBlue television.
Table.
I told him, you're disgusting. You know I'm married and I don't want any part of you. I kept telling him that. That's what I don't
Probably with a big
understand, but he
smile
kept
on her
going
face,
and going.
Frantic, she escaped to the bathroom. Rousset says he followed, making vulgar comments through the door. On her way back to her seat, she says Arokiam grabbed her buttocks. But incredibly, she did nothing and told no one.
Incredibly.
I was really scared. Why I didn't get up and say something to somebody, I don't know.
7 months later, Arokiam was arrested on charges of obscene and indecent exposure and for making a lewd, obscene, and indecent sexual proposal.
This should be a
According to charging documents, he admitted to showing the full-body naked picture on his cell phone and to making sexual advances, but he denied grabbing Rousset or acting in a harassing manner.
This should be a one-day
God,
fucking statute for a woman to say somebody fucking scared her
7
sexually.
months ago.
Maybe a 2-hour limit.
Yeah.
Right. 2 hour limit.
2 hours.
2 hours statute
After
of
I
limitation.
supposedly scared you with my dick, I should be arrested.
Right.
2 hours and 10 minutes is too late.
Tops.
You fucking bitch.
7 months later, she decides
you have
she
until
can
the
make
plane
some
lands.
Are you fucking
You have
serious?
until the plane lands.
A bitch has 8 months to say your dick scared her?
money. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How about 8 years? How about after me and my bitch break up, she could say she was horrified
What
the
a
whole time.
bitch.
And then finally.
In a statement to CBS 2, JetBlue says Arokiam no longer works for the airline and that JetBlue has and will continue to cooperate in the investigation. Rousset wishes she had spoken up on the plane and hopes by coming forward, other women will learn from her.
I don't think I'll ever get over it.
Yeah, you'll
I
get
think
over
it'll
it.
always be there.
You got over it already.
You're over it.
Fucking cunt.
Bob and PA, what was everyone else on the plane doing?
Yeah. And actually, as you said goodbye to everybody, first of all,
Yeah.
JetBlue planes are no bigger than my hat. So if you're raping somebody, boy, someone sees it.
Yep.
At least in seat 8.
Yeah.
And in row 8, seat B, saw the fucking potential raping. And it's like at the end of the plane, hey, everybody, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being on the flight. Thank you for being on the flight. And then she gets there, yeah, you hot bitch. Did you like my dick?
Yeah.
And rubs her ass and says, good luck to you. And then 7 months later, she comes back.
7 months. She'd never seen a dick picture. That it upset her so much. With this guy,
You know, she was just sitting there going, ooh.
Yeah.
That's all you?
She's like, oh, and you know, it sounded like, stop it. You know, I'm married.
I'll tell you what happened.
Oh.
I'll tell you what happened. She got it. I'll tell you exactly what the fuck happened. She got a number. She went through with this.
Mm-hmm.
Got the number. She's married, right? She started having a little affair with this motherfucker.
Oh.
Either he dumped her off and said, look, bitch, I met this better looking bitch in Paris. and go fuck yourself, or
husband
her
found
husband
out.
found out and he became the nigger rapist.
But wouldn't the guy say right off the bat, "Hey, I've been banging
Wait,
this broad"?
you didn't hear his side of the story. All you heard was this bitch. He got fired and he admitted to showing pictures, but he could have been admitting to showing pictures. Like, yeah, I showed the bitch pictures. She wanted to see him. They didn't give particulars on his side of the story.
Nah.
I'm giving you his side of the story.
And that's not a good case on his part. You know what I mean?
Well, in terms of losing his job, he's going to lose his job.
To say,
you know?
yeah, I showed her the pictures because she really
That's
wanted
because
to see it. He would be fucked if he said that.
He's fucked anyway, but he's saying the truth. It's almost like, okay, you married, right? You're cheating. You get in some trouble. You say, look, man, yeah, I did eat a pussy, but she's saying you raped her. So you got to say, yeah, I did eat a pussy because this is some bigger news. This bitch is saying she was harassed and he got arrested. Right. So he's saying, yeah, I showed her my dick. I lose my job, but I don't want to go to jail. Fucking bitch.
And that's that.
Son of a bitch.
And that's that.
Why is it that? Get this bitch's number. Why do these ladies...
we should try to get her on the phone.
Talk to these people, man.
Why don't we...
Sorry, I'm in court.
You
really?
You want to do line of the day and get the hell out of here?
Let's do it.
Did you unplug your box? Did you unplug your box?
That was really funny. Line of the day brought to you by, I think, WebEx, right? WebEx.com. Hold meetings, make presentations, do it from the comfort of your own home or office. Check it out at WebEx.com. Here is a runner-up line of the day.
Got to take the shoes off. I take the motherfucking shoes off. I hate taking the shoes off. By the way, the fastest way to get to the airport is to come dressed just like an Arab.
Holy shit.
Sandals and a big shirt.
No belt.
No belt.
No shoes.
Nothing.
Wow, that's
Holy
fucking
shit,
perfect. Wow. Yeah, that's wonderful, Patrice. Patrice is going to be at the Addison Improv for the Dallas folk.
Yeah.
It's the Dallas market. It's just one of the suburbs. I've been to that club. They do a good job there.
I'm going to the suburbs of Texas.
They all carry guns.
Can't wait.
They all carry, and they all got boob jobs down in Dallas.
Great, fantastic.
It is like another world down there. Yeah. Another runner-up line of the day.
Is it like one of those small boats like from Apocalypse Now? Just
no, it's kind of a tricked out like pleasure craft that I A-teamed
like a long
up.
Miami
Like I
speedboat.
A-teamed with some metal and some technology and some guns and stuff.
You're a wimp.
And then why?
Because they can't swim.
Well, that's why I'm in the water. So that was quite a racist discussion.
Oh, Jesus. The back and forth daydreaming about what's going on.
Me and Patrice, we leave the show and just start daydreaming. Waxing fantastic about what could be. Oh, damn.
To the jackasses who think we're supposed to be here until noon, go fuck yourself.
Shut your fuckholes.
Especially Jim Akers or Ackers from Louisville. We're supposed to do this till 11 every day, and a lot of days we go way past 11, so go fuck yourself. I get the website says we're on till noon. That has nothing to do with us.
Shut up.
Thank you, Ant. Another runner-up line of the day.
Boo again. What is this, a wrestling match?
Yeah.
What's going on? But hiss, boo, hiss. It's like Snidely Whiplash is going to come out and tie her to the train tracks. And McCain's got to rescue her. I'll rescue you. Yay! Oh, here comes Obama. Boo, hiss, boo.
Oh, man. You
can't
are the
stand
only
her.
funny, great impressionist I've ever met.
Patrice?
I'm telling you, man. I've met
I know what you're
impressionists.
saying.
That is
They're just not funny people.
They got
dude.
the voice down, but if you listen, they have nothing.
Anthony, he does spot on impressions, and he's a funny motherfucker, man.
I'm getting the vapors
I'm
over
serious,
here.
man. I like
Thank
to
you.
just pull a Snidely Whiplash impression. You would have to. I would have to think about that for at least 7 minutes before I can remember Snidely Whiplash. But to actually pull it out, you know how you're Jim Carrey from Cable Guy. Something happened. He's a prodigy.
Well, you know
to
how,
be able to pull shit up
I was
like
gonna
that.
say, you know how lonely he has to be to have all that inside his head.
That's all it
you know how
was.
much time you got to be sitting in front of a
Sitting in
TV
front
by
of
yourself.
TV.
It's almost
Years.
Rain
Like
Man to be able to do that. To be able to pull a whole Snidely Whiplash, all the characters.
Man, then I can't remember shit that people tell me, like, you know, oh,
Yesterday.
we're doing this next
Right.
week, and I'm like, wow.
It's just a strange thing, man, how you able to do that shit. And then
Thank you, Patrice.
spot on impressions, like absolutely spot on impressions, man. That shit's funny, man.
Thank you, sir.
But then some of these guys, though,
Nice
that do
compliment.
impressions, you just go, hey, man. No, if I'm not doing an impression, please don't talk to me. Please.
I have nothing.
Nothing.
I really don't have anything.
You don't need me to do something?
Especially my regular voice. I
know
have nothing.
I know everybody's got a name floating in their head.
You know, he's a nice guy, though. Here's a runner-up line of the day. I do believe the last one.
4 syllables.
Everyone's so, you know what it is, though? I'll tell you something, and I'll play the white devil's advocate here.
Which is redundant. Go ahead.
Nice. Nicey nice. Line of the day time. Thanks to WebEx.com. Patrice, thank you. Patrice will be here tomorrow?
The whole show. Jim is gone.
Oh, fuck. I'm sleeping in tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't have to come in at 5 and show prep nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Just give us a good energy.
Just talk about.
We throw the playbook out every when you
yeah.
come by. We throw the playbook out.
We'll talk about what we fantasized about overnight. What I went to sleep by with a smile on my face.
People are sticking up for Jay Moore. Of course, Jay Moore could do the voices and be funny at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I have to say, you know, you're generalizing. There's probably a few, but I met like Roger Cabler. You know, Roger Cabler. He was one of the great impressions. I mean, great, but just as a person, you just go, Roger, man, come on. You know, I drove one time. He's just nothing. If he's not doing an impression of somebody, it just ain't happening, man. But but Jay, funny, a person who does great impressions. But I never thought Jay to be. He does great obscure impressions.
Yeah,
and he's a funny dude. But I guess I'm not around Jay enough to go, oh, he does impressions. But I know he does a great Christopher Walken.
He's not known for
that's what
doing
I'm saying.
impressions.
Like,
he's known
starting
for
to be.
that, but
he's going in that direction.
and they
now.
are obscure and shit.
What about Fred Travellina?
Okay, that chick
Fred
there
Travellina.
isn't bad. Is she black?
She's black. She's
okay.
something.
See, that's a black chick that I would definitely find attractive, Patrice. Remember we had that argument once?
Yeah. That
type.
Yeah,
I don't want
gorgeous.
a fat ass. I don't want fucking, Miss
Just very
fucking
white
Zimbabwe.
body-ish. This
fucking,
one here.
Yeah, that chick right there is fucking. She's pretty hot.
Black.
Yeah,
she's pretty fucking hot.
She's barely black.
She's black acceptable.
You gotta.
She's black acceptable
and white acceptable. You fucking coward.
Like I could bring her home.
Yeah, your mama go. She's lovely. What is she?
She would go,
and then I would have to answer.
Almost looks Italian.
In terms
Before we
she's
go,
Sicilian.
Before we go, can I ask one quick question?
Sure.
Just
Nothing's quick to do, though.
maybe we can think about it.
Ooh,
and come back tomorrow.
Look at that little tease. That's
Ready?
nice.
How about for tomorrow?
Okay. Want the question,
I'm gonna put the question out.
Yeah.
And then how come Obama's white side isn't in the equation? We answer that. I don't know.
All right.
I'm asking
tomorrow.
you.
Okay.
We'll think about that one.
All right, well, think on that. That's your homework assignment for this evening. Oh, we almost got out without homework. God! You can't give homework after line of the day starts.
Why doesn't his mama count? That's all I want to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a few things in my head, but
I just have to say yes to Redding, Bobby D, and
Yeah,
a few
of
other
course.
people that are playing along at home. Just put it that way. WebEx.com, thank you. Here is your line of the day. Here comes line of the day. Line of the day.
Stop tasering me. Stop beating me in the face.
Stop misbehaving. Stop being loud in movie theaters.
Pull over. Do I deserve a tasing?
pull over and give your license and registration.
Stop demanding more dumplings, bitch, from the Chinese lady serving your food.
More dumplings.
Oh, yeah.
There's a little improv stand-up for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the funny thing? Stop demanding more dumplings, bitch.
Bitch. It's, bitch.
Patrice, always a pleasure.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see him and everybody else tomorrow.
Later.
We'll go with the quick out.
Have a good morning.